Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patron D&D, where platinum level patrons and I get together to play Dungeons and Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables. These Patreon D&D games are not live streamed, but are recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on my YouTube channel. Read recaps at roguewatson.com and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our Discord server with invite link in the description below. Welcome to Chapter 1, Episode 3 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session I am joined by patrons Brandon playing Bahn, the Kobold Bard.
Hello.
Dory playing Io, the gearforged Circle of the Moon Druid.
Hello.
Ori playing Lucian Drago, the dhampir Clockwork Soul Sorcerer.
Hello.
Christopher playing Rye, the Shadow Fae Black Powder Sorcerer.
Hello.
Stan playing Alaric, the dhampir Death Domain Cleric.
Greetings.
Previously on Empire of the Ghouls. After defending the rampant roach from a mob, the adventurers meet with a kobold king in the ghetto who hires them to get to the bottom of these disappearances that his people are being blamed for. Thankfully, they have a lead. The king's investigator, Quarrel, tracked a mysterious cloaked figure deep into the cartways. The trail led to an old crypt deep beneath the city. The party explores the crypt, surviving ghoul ambushes and trapped doors and sarcophagi. They defeat a pair of spider-filled zombies and destroy a guarding animated armor. Near a door, they overhear a pair of voices. The man is concerned that his topside activities are gaining unwanted attention and presses the woman for faster results. She promises to deliver the Zobeck Council under her sway, a major shift to Zobeck's attitude toward the kingdom of Morgau. Literally leave off having just overheard this conversation on the other side of the door. I'll teleport you now back to the Zobeck Catacombs. Right here. So you all have defeated the animated armor. You heard this conversation, and then you heard this conversation cut short as the voices inside were alerted to the many loud sounds, including literally guns blasting in this room that alerted them to your presence. And you heard what sounded like some kind of, not even a door, but like an entire stone moving. And that literally just happened towards the south.
I am facing the door and kind of sniffing and scratching a little bit to get everyone's attention in that direction.
The pair needs to go out, you guys. Somebody let the bear out.
I'll move up. Upon that, Alaric will move up to investigate the door.
You can investigate the door if you're searching the door itself, or you can also do perception if you would like, or both, if you would like to, listen at the other end, what's beyond the door.
I'll give a listen.
Alas, with
or
your
not.
Yeah, with your PTSD still affecting your ability to perceive, sounds like the coast is clear.
Does this door appear to be locked and/or trapped?
You can give me investigation for the trap. As for the lock, you can try the handle and discover that it does appear to be locked. But as far as you know, it's just a normal door.
Yeah, doesn't appear to be trapped whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So see if we can do a unlock here.
I will back up in the meantime in case anyone else needs
Sure.
to or wants to approach.
That was a excellent lockpick, though. So I wouldn't include that as necessarily opening the door just yet, but you do think you've successfully unlocked it.
Okay. And we all heard that conversation behind the door, correct?
Yes, it was loud enough for just for the sake of ease. You all heard this conversation fairly equally.
Okay. So
Or at least if not minute,
that's okay.
sorry, if not minute details, you at least heard that there were muffled voices on the other side.
Yeah.
Bahn, you say you've worked for that lady. Did you recognize any of those voices behind that door?
What'd you say? My my blood's getting in my ears.
Bahn is you turn and look, and he is near death after having been pummeled by the animated Iron Maiden looking armor suit of armor that got some nasty licks in. He left a trail of blood when he retreated backwards.
I did work for
Are you okay?
Melantia. No, I'm hurt very badly.
I wish I could help, but I have nothing for you.
Bahn,
should-
the last time we were on the cartways, we had to do this. Come here.
That's all right.
Bahn's refusing the group hug.
I'm
Last
good.
time I just picked him up off the floor and just set him back on his feet.
Right.
That's all. I'm not offering to give you peace or anything. It's fine.
I won't
I mean,
cure
are we
your
just gonna-
surliness.
Are we gonna look at the door? Or are we gonna open it?
It's I'm pretty sure it's unlocked, but I can pray to Wotan and hopefully give you some healing here if you'd like.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Well, that sounds great. Thank you.
Okay. And while still in that praying mode, he'll turn to Alaric will turn to the door, kind of put his head down and say, Wotan, I believe that the justice is required here, and I ask that you once again will allow me to be your right hand of justice. And his cloak will turn into a pair of black feathered wings.
You know, Alaric, I don't care what they say about you. You're an all right guy.
Are you ready to do this?
What
All
was it that you were saying to me earlier?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, I wondered if you had recognized any of the voices behind the door.
No. Unfortunately, I don't believe so. You had asked who I had worked for, and Melantia is who I had worked for previously. She's a council of the city.
Right, but that was not her voice or anyone that you had ever heard going in and out of her presence or office.
No, I don't believe so.
No, but and
So I
Bahn,
know as a player,
right?
I don't know how much.
I was gonna say,
we're talking about.
and you may not have. You can choose how much information you want to have heard in there. I'll leave that actually up to you. But as part of the
Yeah.
end of the last session, and I went back and reviewed what all information I shared. She did name drop.
Yes,
that
and
name.
I was playing that Bond didn't hear that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure you, the player, knew all the information.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. With that, Alaric's gonna look behind him really quick and say, "All right, let's go," and open the door.
Right. You open a door into what looks like a similar tomb that you saw earlier, the one with the statue, the bronze effigy with the hands. Although these are not raised out in a menacing spellcasting position, these are more just like hands up. There's like a bowl in one and a just hand kind of as if giving a speech. But it is lined with 4 caskets in each corner and some sconces, torch sconces on the walls, and you see the wall behind the statue is in the process of, you guys went fairly quickly, this wall is still in the process of closing, and there's the sconce on the wall is rotating as it's closing until it closes into place, and you see that torch like click in the up position. And perched atop the statue is a gray-skinned assassin clad in black studded leather, wearing a silver face mask and a heavy black cloak. And Alaric, you give a pretty stirring countenance when you step through the door. And he's hefting a crossbow and has it just pointed basically at your feet, but he slowly like raises it up and says, "I don't know who you are, and I don't care. This is as far as you go." And you see he kind of calls out, he raises his arms at the surrounding caskets. "Servants of death, arise and destroy these enemies of the Imperium." And you see bony hands bursting out of the caskets as skeletal humanoids pull themselves out, carrying rusty swords.
Did he say Imperium?
Give us some initiative.
Yes, I believe he did.
I'm not the
Human
lowest this time.
tradition.
What?
I don't think I've rolled over a 7.
There's your gray-skinned assassin. But he definitely has a huge, heavy cloak, and you recall this, that was the quarry that Quarrel was tracking, and had said had gone down this way.
Oops. Didn't need to put that in there.
Alright, does everybody have initiative? 13? Oh no. Did the boss get to go first? How exciting.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
No.
The highest initiative, folks, was a 14.
Wow.
My goodness.
Ouch.
So as I mentioned, this figure is hefting a crossbow, and he will obviously fire it at you, Alaric.
Can't touch this.
14, no. All right, it gets lost in the folds of your fancy cloak. Snarls.
My nice, lovely black wings.
Mm-hmm. All right, Io, it's going to take some squeezins, some difficult terrain to make it through this very, very not made for a door bear.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get my character sheet open here. The right one. What are you giving me? So I got 40 feet. So
this square and Alaric's square would count as 10 feet each.
10. Okay. And then, so now I'm in the room at 25, 35. Okay. I can get right up to this dude.
Okay. He's perched on a statue, but the statue is only like 5 feet tall, so he's still within melee range.
Okay.
His
Well, as point of emphasis, maybe I'll get up on my my hind legs and just kind of use the statue and just reach up and I'll attack with my bite first.
Oh boy.
Did that roll? Yeah. 12?
It did. 12 does hit.
All right. 11 piercing.
He stumbles back. Got a bear.
And while I'm up there, before I come down, I'll just take a swing with the claws.
Oh shit! A casual swing of the claws. That hurts.
Again with the claws on.
That hurts.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh. For 18. Oh, well. He is still in existence, but not looking too good after that 1-2 mega punch. What was that, like 30 damage?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm gonna go ahead and just stay right there engaged.
Yeah. He's got his hands full.
Yep. Yeah.
Alright, Bahn.
Bahn will take a step out, see him down there, and just start kind of talking softly to himself, and the voice kind of increases, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. He's got a 14 wisdom save.
Okay. I assumed on the cloaked figure.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I can see from this position.
Ah. Oh my goodness.
Hey.
15 damage is really good on a Dissonant Whispers. Holy crap. You mumble and whisper some nasty words, and this man seems to just clutch his head as just blood pools out of this mask that he's gone, and he raises his crossbow at you and then just drops it and slumps to the floor. My god, you guys did a lot of damage in those 2 turns. Holy shit.
And he'll say,
45 damage.
all right, Lucian, wrap it up for me. And then just shift to the other side.
Mm-hmm. Alright, the clattering skeletons seem mostly mindless, so they are just gonna go after the nearest target, which is currently the bear. Skeleton. Attack. Alright.
Okay,
Give it
come
and
on.
take
now.
it. You invite
gonna do
the
this
challenge.
All these crits are unbearable.
It's just the DM and IO, like, it's insane. It's an arms race. Unfortunately, my dice are not as big as yours.
6.
Particularly weak damage rolls. I rolled 2 2s on my dice. Yep, 6 damage. Ah. Exciting. Oh, however, we forgot to do this on the boss too. That does trigger a massive damage save. You kill the boss anyway, I guess it doesn't matter, but whenever somebody gets hit by a critical hit, I forget this most of the time, but we do have massive damage rules. You need a DC 15 con save.
Oh.
Yes, I will.
No, wait, I roll.
Probably haven't even remembered it yet this campaign, but for some reason I'm remembering it now.
It's not. It's the bear's con, not mine. Okay.
Or sorry, it's not a 15. It's a DC is 10 or half the total damage, whichever is greater. So DC of 10 for the con.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Don't bears have like a +3? Yeah.
Yeah. So what I
Gee,
roll?
She rolled a 6.
Yeah.
They
Cool.
sure do. All
So
right.
I have to roll on the massive damage table.
Yes, and there should be a macro for that. Ooh, boy. That's the best / worst one. You are stunned until the end of your next turn, and the attacker gains 1d8 temporary hit points. Go ahead and roll those 1d8 for me. I'm gonna give the skeleton
sure.
got renewed vigor.
Absolutely.
You know what? This skeleton is now the boss.
That bear.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
You know what? This skeleton is now the fucking boss of this.
Oh,
He's been
that's
given-
it. I'm hanging it up for the
He's
night.
been given boss status. I avenge you.
The skeleton puts on the cloak.
That's right. So the cloak
Picks up
puts on
the mask, puts
yeah.
in the cloak.
Yep. I am now Boris Cruel.
Cool. Cool.
All right, we'll have this. Yeah, so I'll make a little note that you are actually stunned. This skeleton's gonna get in your face, Alaric. Attempt to attack you. Not so much though. Jeez.
Nope.
Right, Rye.
All right, so from this angle, I can hit this one. If I shoot it into this one, it will be at disadvantage, right? Because it's engaged. Does it count for this one as well?
That one is also technically engaged with the stunned bear. I think you can. I thought it was only if it's engaged with you that it is disadvantage.
Right. It's
Oh.
if it's in melee with you.
Yeah, if you're shooting at somebody
Okay.
in melee, then it's perfectly fine.
All right, then I'll shoot the one in front of Alaric.
Okay.
$14.
14 does hit a skeleton with its armor scraps.
For 7 piercing.
Alright. You blow a nice hole through that skeleton. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to notice much, but it is quite damaged.
And I apologize, Bahn, a little bit for shooting in his ear, I guess.
And having a bullet whiz by Alaric.
I think you just used his head as a rest when you fired.
Yeah.
Right height.
I have a conversation after this.
Except you scream it, because you can't hear.
You have a groove on your head when this is all said and done.
Mhm. Was that it for you, Ray?
Yes.
Alright. This one will also go after you, Alaric. Number 1. Alright. I have 3 misses on this cleric. And twice for 3 rolls each. Not good. However, this
Black
one...
feathers.
I know, that cloak is throwing me off. Is going to hit the stunned bear, and stunned means attack rolls against you have advantage. I will take advantage of that. Although, I think a 17 would have hit anyway.
Yep.
For 8 damage. Can I take this bear down? Lucian.
Checking out the architecture this whole time. Well, that is very nice. I was gonna pop in this doorway. Hit this guy right here. Ray of Frost. Yeah. Probably the best.
$11 does not quite hit, though.
Oh, nah. That's all right. Okay.
Alaric's just having all
Back to
kinds
my
of shit
corner.
zipping past him. That's what you get for standing in the doorway.
Alright, I'm done.
Alright, Boris is unfortunately down for the count, and the bear is stunned. But the good news is now your stunned wears off. Was it the end? Yeah, the end of your turn.
Great.
So, yeah, you miss a turn, but you are no longer stunned. We go to Bahn.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking something
Am
up.
I in the? I'm not in the turn order here.
Holy shit. You're right. What was your initiative? Scrolling.
I don't see it in the chat.
It says 11.18.
Uh,
Yeah. I don't know why that didn't get added.
Yeah.
All right, I will. That's my fault. I completely. Right, I guess the game's fault. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. All right, let me roll. And I will
Yeah,
insert.
11.8.
Yeah, 11.8. Go ahead and take your turn now, and then you can take it again when we get to it.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
skeletons
about
all missed you at least, so.
that. Yes. I can't touch this.
Mm-hmm.
So, seeing that I'm facing skeletons, I want to remind them that they are not long for this world again, and my face will turn into a skull to match theirs. Your time has come.
Each creature
So
that
they-
can
13 charisma save.
you must. Each creature that can see. So who does?
The two skeletons
Okay.
facing me for sure.
Yeah. Interesting. It doesn't have like a firm target. All right, let's do those two.
Do I have to roll that too?
I was just thinking,
Your
like,
back
how does
your
what's-
back's to me?
What's the range on that?
Because it's anybody who can see me.
Range self.
So your
Okay.
back was to me. That's why I'm doing it.
Okay.
What does it say? Charisma? Oh, they don't have very good
Yep.
charisma. This is number 2.
Mhm.
He says as he rolls a
Whoa.
nat. Look at what my natural is. They have -3. And then, all right, well, you just found the most charismatic fucking skeletons of the group. Wow. They look at you and do the exact same expression with like the rotting skull face.
Which one's stunned? Oh wait, no, they both made it. Never mind.
Yeah.
So that
14.
didn't work.
Yep, they throw it right back at you. All right, now we'll do Bahn. No, sorry. We already do Bahn?
It was Bahn's turn.
Okay.
And he'll just look at number 1 here that he can see through the doorway, past Alaric, and he'll say,
You backbones, just drop your weapons now and go on somewhere. That way we don't have to. I don't have anything good.
and he'll cast Vicious Mockery. It's a Wisdom save, DC 14.
Okay, on 1 or 2?
Number 1.
1. What the hell? These saves.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to get behind you so you stop shooting over my ears.
Despite having the negative
You know what?
modifiers.
As a matter of fact, I'm going over here.
I'm going to give a Bardic Inspiration to Rye.
All right, Bear, you're no longer stunned.
Okay. Which one critted on me? Was it 3 or 4?
Number 3. Critted on you and became slightly more empowered.
Great. Then I'm going to eat him first. So we're gonna go in for the bite.
Oh boy. That'll hit.
And 11 piercing.
My goodness.
Nice and crunchy.
Yep. Alright, it's still up because of those 10 hit points, but those are obviously gone now.
All right. I'm just gonna try to, I don't know, smash it to smithereens. 12.
Does not hit a skeleton. You got a little too excited there.
All right, that's all I got.
That skeleton will try to give it right back to you. 15.
Hits the bear. Yes.
The bear. For 3. Totally shits the bed on damage, though. Man.
Still up.
Yeah, that sword is
Still
just
up.
like disintegrating a nasty rusty sword in its hand. Oh, the bear is so low. This one will continue to try to attack Alaric. And yet,
Nope.
just absolutely tanking this stuff. But Rye.
All right. Bonus action, reload, and then fire at number 1. 10.
Oh, and
I can add. It's a bardic inspiration is a D6 or D8.
It is a D6 right now.
12.
does not.
That's that hurts.
Yeah,
That
you guys
hurts.
have basically found their AC now.
But I've lost my my stand. I got to hold the musket by myself.
Yeah.
It dipped. It dipped a little bit.
Your inspiration is not as good as your scalp.
It's normally called a bench rest. In this case, it's a Bahn rest. So.
Zing. Alaric, we've got a whole lot of misses.
Yep, seeing that this isn't the reminding them of their mortality isn't helping, we're just going to go after one and do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
With my new shiny spider-inspired rapier.
That's right. Yeah. Wow, that was a not the most robust skeleton, and you literally just put that sword right through its eye socket, and its body falls away, and you've just got a skull resting on your sword point.
All right, one down.
Mm-hmm. Good timings. That one is now deceased. This one will try to take out this god-dang bear. To no avail, though. My goodness. Just tripping over its own body. Lucian.
Step in. Yeah, I'll go after the more hurt one. We'll try this again. I'm gonna go with a mind sliver. That's an intelligence saving throw.
Still, my saves continue to be amazing. No! That's a 0.
It's foresight.
Round his dump stat.
Fun fact, this skeleton had 4 hit points left, so it
sweet.
just kind of vibrates. Its head just vibrates very frantically as if it was like a microwave or something, and then just explodes.
I like it.
I love it.
Multiple psychic KOs in this fight.
Yeah. And back to my little hiding spot. I'm done.
All right, Bahn, you see that both the skeletons near Alaric are no more. Just the ones, I think you can see the ones flanking the bear down there.
I think I can make one down here
Yeah.
past the bear. And I'll say,
What do skeletons call each other when they make mistakes? Bonehead.
and cast Vicious Mockery again. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh, saves running out.
And it takes three psychic damage.
I think it has disadvantage now, is that right?
It's
Just mockery.
It has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
Thank God.
Yeah. All right, Io.
Okay, I'm gonna try to take down the one in front of me first.
19 will hit. For 8. That one is still barely hanging on to its unlife.
Oh my God. Barely.
Told you, boss skeleton.
Fine. 15.
Will hit.
All right.
And you
12.
very satisfyingly smash that skeleton into the floor and
Rip
just
its rib cage right open.
sure. Bones splintering everywhere. Now that one is dead.
She just did
One is dead.
5 times the damage of me, right?
Yeah. Bear is fucking scary. That's why I kept trying to kill it. We go to Rye. You sense there's still a skeleton in there somewhere. You are muted.
I dip into the room a little bit and firebolt the one that I can see. Well, one that I can see now.
Or will that?
24.
Yep.
Pretend fire.
Whoa! That is a massive flame that just engulfs that skeleton, and it is burnt to a crisp.
A little extra gunpowder.
Yeah. And you survey the area and feel like that is all the bodies that are coming out of here.
I'd like to go check the boss and see if if he's bleeding out or if he's dead.
He appears to be dead. He also appears to be undead. You see the gray-skinned countenance when you raise his mask. You can very clearly see that he is in fact a ghoul. He has the telltale long tongue and sunken eyes and razor-sharp teeth and claws, and you can tell he was dressed in this way to try to hide the fact that he is a ghoul. Also, he was clearly an intelligent ghoul who was just conversing as if another person, and you know those are the telltale signs of the Imperium.
Yep, fought these guys before. Does he have any fun stuff?
He does. The cloak that he has is actually appears to be a magic cloak, which would need to be identified on a short rest. He also has a letter on him that appears to be useful information. And it reads, "My dear Mr. Cruel, I yearn for your counsel once more. Ms. Van Demick's appetites for our offerings have grown predictably fierce, and I do hope we can appease our precious counsel for as long as our imperial lords wish to retain her services. Morena's grace has kept the foolish babe pliant enough, but we must remain vigilant, my love, lest she stray from the mother's path. I appeal to you for fresh lambs, my hungry wolf. The stone thirsts, and the mouths of our fair children run dry. Weeping beneath the Lady of Tears 3 nights from now. The Red Sisters are forever in your debt, my lord. And remember, our forbidden ecstasies taste much sweeter when your blade does the letting. By the Red Mother's mercy."
Two questions. A, how much of this does Alaric know, considering what he's been doing for the last 10 years and where he comes from? As in mother and some of these other things. Because this
Yes.
smells a lot like what happened in his homeland.
Yes, and same for Lucian. You would also recognize you know who Marena is, and you know what the Red Sisters are, and that is Marena is the blood goddess. She is worshipped by the main religious faction of Morgau, although not necessarily the sole vampire goddess. They've got multiple deities and pantheons, and there's even division between the Marena worshippers. Some of them view vampires as our rightful overlords, and others think they are a parasite that deserve to be stomped out. The Red Sisters, however, are definitely a pro-vampire group. They believe that that vampires are like the highest form of existence, and they believe in blood rituals, and they care very deeply about harvesting blood and keeping it flowing, and basically controlling the masses for their vampire overlords. So in Morgau, they are a very popular main religion. Everywhere else, they are a dangerous cult, generally, because people know to associate the blood goddess with dangerous vampires for the most part.
We've heard two voices. I say we take the letter, his mask, and we try to pursue.
Did you read the letter out loud, or was it in your, just to yourself?
Oh, I would take it, and actually, Alaric would look at it, see its writing, and probably hand it off to you, Bahn.
Yeah.
Because words.
Yeah. So at that point, Bahn would probably read it out loud fairly quickly, and he would stop when it gets to the part where it says Vendimic's appetites for our offerings have grown. Like he'd hesitate and then continue on through the rest of it. And anybody's like passive insight or whatever could catch that there's something there, but he wouldn't really let on any further than that. And then when you recommend that to keep going, I actually think Bond would say, I mean, it's possible, but we've kind of gotten the information we've come for so far.
We may be able to rescue one of these lambs.
Yeah, but will we make it back out? How many more times can you be a bear? Grunt the number of times.
I don't know. I'll hold up one paw.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, hold up skeleton bones. Like, make the number.
There was one teddy bear?
He'll look around a little bit like hesitant to keep going forward right now.
I still have a little fight in me.
I will say, to interject, I'm very forgiving on timing when it comes to short rests specifically. So if anybody wanted to short rest, I wouldn't count that necessarily against you in terms of your time commitment too much. Obviously, long rest is a different story, but I generally like when people want to choose to short rest. But I know if you're concerned about time there, I just want to let you know about that.
That's what that is a big concern.
Yeah.
A short rest would be very nice.
Yeah.
If Alaric recommends that we just take a quick breather, I think you'll see Bahn ease up a little bit. And
Yeah.
Give him
If
a
you need to
sandwich,
take
he'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Bahn, if you need to take a break, we can take a break, but I really want to pursue this.
He walks over to the sarcophagus, and like a kid would like hoist himself up on like a countertop or something. It's the same thing, and he rests on the sarcophagus for a bit, and he's just going to read through the letter kind of over and over.
Okay.
So short rest.
Yep, you all are free to do the short rest thing. I believe I have a macro for that, or maybe a button.
I will drop my form. Is that letter in our journal somewhere? I don't see it.
Be under handouts.
Yeah, I can move it if you'd like me to.
It's under chapter 1.
Yeah, so it's under Empire of the Ghouls Adventure, chapter 1, and then I guess it's just right under chapter 1 for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, if needed, I can move those, but otherwise, I'm just sharing them as they appear on my end, essentially.
Nope, that's perfect.
Who do you think this Mr. Cruel is?
I think that's who we just put down.
What you said
I
we're in
don't-
pursuit, though.
Of the other voice, the female voice.
Would I recognize, because he spoke to us and
Mhm.
I heard the male voice on the other side of the door, did they sound like the same voice?
Yes.
Okay.
You also identify, somebody can identify the cloak, the magic cloak. Picture slightly different art than this, basically without the spider accoutrement trimming, but it is a cloak of elven kind, but it's the kind that apparently was made deep underground, and it has a unique weakness that if it's exposed to sunlight for 1 hour, it loses its magic properties. But assuming that doesn't happen, then while wearing this cloak with the hood up, have or perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide.
I have a nice cloak I'm attached to.
Can I
It still
identify?
currently looks like wings.
Can I identify that glass rod that I had was bestowed me?
You can. The glass rod is just a glass rod, but it does look like it can be used as a spellcasting focus, or it can be sold.
Okay.
I don't know, Bahn. I think that cloak is calling your name. You hate sunlight too.
He'll look up from the letter that he keeps reading, and he'll be like, "What? Rye? Is that not something you'd use?"
I think so. I think it would add to my. Although my guns make a lot of noise, so it's hard to hide. But I would get the drop on people.
Yeah, I mean, I'd get you out in front, and then you wouldn't be using me as like a mount anymore.
This was
Not
all
like
about
that.
the distance.
Anything that gets you
Something
away
like
from
that,
me.
but we'd have to him it and spend a lot of time getting the height right, and just you're fine. I'm gonna keep reading this.
Any
Right,
value in looking through these sarcophagi while we're resting too?
Yeah, I mean, you've pretty much been doing that through the room, and it looks like whatever was in there was just these bones and piles and rusty swords, and nothing of value in there.
I'm gonna saddle up and take a seat next to Bahn. And I'm gonna say, I hate that I can't communicate in my other form, but I noticed you paused. You seemed concerned over something in the letter, and now you continue to pore over it. What, may I ask what your relationship is to that person you mentioned?
I worked with her specifically and her family for a while, quite a long time. Almost like they took me in, but not as a child, or their child, or I was a. I don't want to go into further detail. The thing is, I'm concerned on a particular part. I'm more interested in to me, what's between the words, right? The things that aren't said is what I'm interested in. I think, and I to be honest, I don't mean to be mean, but I don't care about your background, right? Like, I don't care where you came from. I care what you do now. So the thing is that how can I use this information? What can I take from it and apply in the future? That's the hard part to understanding, is how to turn this into an advantage. Information's valuable.
Information is valuable, but I also think that to know where these people in particular are going, we do have to know a little bit about their motives, which means we have to know a little bit about where they come from. We may
Well-
not care, but we need to know.
Sure, but the thing is like, as an example, her appetites for their offerings. I mean, I- she did a lot. She was a bit of a bard herself, right? She swayed other people with her words. If I'm not mistaken, if she's in their hands, that's dangerous for a lot of reasons. And even though we need to know where they're going, her office hasn't seen her or heard from her in a while. So, to me, there's more than one way to the solution. And one way is, I don't know, more pain. This has been her last couple days have been rough.
You're telling me.
But
I
here's the thing: as long as you're in front, you know, I know I come across as aggressive, but there's never been a better bear than you.
oh, thanks, Bahn. I think. And I'll kind of look at him like, I get what you're saying. There is something about the letter though that caused me concern while you were reading, and it was Morena's grace has kept the foolish babe pliant enough. I worry what that means.
Well, you're right. I don't, and he'll kind of look up to anybody else who's listening.
Mhm.
Especially maybe Lucian, right? Like he doesn't know Lucian's background or whatever. Maybe even Alaric a bit. He'll just say, I mean, if she's I don't know what they call them. If she uses blood for sustenance now, I don't know how to handle that.
They use sacrifices to gain strength to bring in allies.
So do you think she's gaining that strength, or do you think that the grace is bribery?
Maybe both. I know we do not have much time. We have undead beneath the city. This reminds me of what happened to our homeland 10 years ago. It feels like it's happening here again.
And you're
Alaric
sure
is
we
just
shouldn't go
really
back
edgy.
and tell Coral what we're doing?
We can always run.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all you had to say.
Fleeing is always on
I
the
think
table.
I'm ready.
It's spreading like a virus. You need to end them.
I did want to ask as a player, the intelligent ghoul part, is this like impactful for all of us? Is this just like a walk in the park? Is how does that kind of settle for most of us?
It should be very unsettling.
Okay.
You would know, you all know the Ghoul Imperium exists. You know that there is an entire civilization of undead that exists way under, essentially in this world's version of the Underdark. And you also know that there's a whole, the big thing that which is being referenced, is that they joined forces with the vampires, and that's what helped conquer this, the nation of Krakova, and thus expanded the vampires' territory. And as far as anybody knows, the ghouls just went back underground, and nobody's quite sure what the status of that alliance is, or what they've been doing, or anything. And there's just been unease about, so any mention or hair of that, and especially here in this city. Now, Zobeck is, it's not like this is the other side of the world. This is, they're basically sharing a border with Krakova, so that it's definitely on the politicians' minds about what to do about this, basically. And and Bahn probably the most would know that this is a political topic that is coming up a lot, which is basically what to do about this that's been happening. I mean, it happened 10 years ago, but in terms of how do we look at this politically, and do we have trade with this new nation? Are we having sanctions? Like all the not fun politics stuff is definitely the talk of the ruling council of Zobeck, as they try to deal with this. So this is definitely
and this is
cause for
imminent
concern.
At this point, right? That's what this letter means, is that it's all imminent now.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Okay.
You also, at the end of the last session, you recall the male voice was talking about how there's like convening for a big meeting on, what to do about Morgau and Krakova.
Do you know what this Lady of Tears is? It is referenced in the letter.
Would you let me roll a history check, or will I not know?
You can recognize that the statue that this guy was on is the Lady of Tears in this room. So you can surmise that this was their meeting place.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the
So,
three nights.
Yeah, you caught them at the meeting place.
At that point, could we roll an insight check to see if this was Mr. Cruel? Or if we think that he just holds a letter for Mr. Cruel?
As Io already deduced, she recognized the voices as being the same, and I'm not going to make you roll a check for that because she was very much by the door, and she heard the voices and then stepped in, and he immediately talked again, and you guys didn't have any kind of break between that, so pretty easily you were able to identify the voice as belonging to him, so you're positive this was Mr. Cruel. So the letter he had on him was just a letter that was given to him.
Did he call her by name during their conversation?
Did not.
Well, we just need to go look for F then.
Gotta go look for F.
I will go over to the if our short rest is over.
Mhm.
I will go over to the sconce. Are we ready?
Yeah, knowing what you've seen, you can easily, you put your hand on there and it's movable, and yeah, as soon as you would want to do that, imagine what's going to happen.
Turn it.
All right. Bahn, you can have a point of inspiration also for dealing with the information that Io presented you.
Thank you.
All right, you turn that sconce, and the path opens up, and it descends on a long tunnel down into darkness.
Am I still lit, or would that have?
I can light you again.
I think still lit
I'll light you.
you up.
Sorry. I am happy to take the lead if you'd like.
I put my hood up and say, "Can you guys still see me?"
I can sneak ahead like we
Looks-
have been before.
Very fashionable.
I will. I'll take the lead then, if nobody else wants to, and I can see.
Do you guys all want to try to stealth together as a group, or just have like one person literally go a distance ahead and be the scout?
I can do the 30 feet ahead right out of the torchlight.
Okay.
Or the IO light.
The IO light.
And yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. 12, you say.
That's horrible.
Are we doing group stealth? Because
It's up to you all. Yeah, if you want to leave it up to your scout up there, then. He's making very loud noises.
Bahn decided not to stealth.
Singing loudly.
It's that's why.
I've got Cruel on my shoe. You find that this secret passage kind of goes up and down and just through dark tunnels, and at one point even splits off. And I'm just going to montage you guys as, taking forever and deciding and then realizing they all come together at some point, and it's a little bit of a jump scare for everybody. But you do notice tracks on the ground. If somebody, maybe Alaric, since you're in front, go ahead and give me a survival check.
A survival check.
Yeah.
That's with disadvantage.
Wow. You not only notice recent human-sized footprints coming through here, but you notice older sets of medium humanoids also traversing this area with some frequency, just not as recently. And then after about just maybe 15 minutes of, spooky dark tunnel journeying, you're suddenly hit with the intense smell of decay wafting from a dim light from around a bend up ahead. It looks like a flickering light.
Right, that cloak reeks.
It's not me. I smell it too.
Well, that normally means ghouls, so at least so far. So we should be, if you have any preparations you want to do, we might want to consider those, but
That's exactly what I was going to say.
proceed with caution.
I'm real low. I kind of need to wait until the
Okay.
time's right.
Okay.
I can't really bear out in the tunnel here, right? Like,
You do find
I'll-
that it has widened up actually very recently, and very subtly too. But it's widening and widening and widening, especially when the tunnel's all split up and converged into one. That it is wide enough even where 4 of you could walk abreast once you get right before this bend.
That could be convenient.
Then I will look at the group. Is it time?
I think it's time.
All I can
and,
picture. All I can picture is like, hey, we're the monkeys.
do we want to do cavalry in here, or do we want to be separate?
Well, maybe we should have Rye go in first, or the 2 of you go in and flank, and then we'll send the bear in down the middle.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. So I guess Ryan and I will try to sneak in and get some information, and then go from there.
Okay, give me some stealth checks, and Rye, you can have advantage with the cloak.
Oh my.
Get
Whoops.
used to it.
It's guns clanging around, just...
I'm realizing that it is the cloak that smells.
It definitely smells like Mr. Boar's Cruel. All right, well, the 2 of you round this bend and think you're being all stealthy, but immediately, first of all, the tunnel, as you round this corner, ends in a massive set of 10-foot wide metal doors next to a flickering torch sconce. And there's a cloaked man armed with a crossbow kind of sitting on a stool. And as you all kind of stealth up all sneakily, suddenly snaps his head up, noticing Rye, and hefts his weapon. However, your attention is actually drawn to a nearby hulking figure on top of this just pile of nasty smelling offal or refuse that rises to its feet. And it's got this taut gray skin and beady red eyes that betray its distinctly ghoulish nature. And it licks a mouthful of needle-like fangs with that hideously long tongue as it growls at you menacingly. And give me 1 second to...
Do I recognize what it is?
You would normally recognize a feral ghoul. However, this one is about 3 or 4 times the size of a normal ghoul.
Okay.
It's a
that
chunkster.
escalated.
I'm gonna put. Let's see. Well, I'll put you guys. So unfortunately, this map area is a little teeny tiny. So, but I need to put all of you on the map so you can actually see what's going on. All right, so we're moving on to this one. You guys are on the left side. So when you round that corner, just picture the door's right there. Now, only 2 of you are actually in this area. The other 3 of you haven't rounded the corner yet, but I'm putting you on this map so you can click on your token and roll some initiative, please. No surprise round. Everybody see their tokens okay?
Does my initiative it still rolls the same whether if it's this token or the other one, right?
Oh
I
shoot,
just
I
click
forgot
on
you are in bear form, aren't you?
But is it? Yeah, I just didn't know if it was.
That's better.
Come on, guys, save those. Save those. Hold on to those.
Wow, look at these.
Eric,
initiatives.
That's better.
Eric, I double clicked mine. The first roll was an 18.
Okay,
I could edit it.
I think you can adjust it. Yeah, that's fine. To answer your question, I'm not sure if it. I guess it depends on which
Okay.
sheet you're rolling from.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not working, so I'll just roll. Oh, it did work. Okay.
All right, so
Took a second. Sorry, it did it twice. 16.
okay. Boy, yeah, these are much better initiatives than last time. Remember we had a 13 as the highest one? Alright, well, let's see what I can do with initiative.
The Krakovans are headed up to here with these ghouls.
Is this not working? Me.
My initiative was extremely slow to show up.
Okay, should I just wait a second?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
it's just trying to
think
load
it's-
the map.
Yeah, it's laggy.
Interesting.
Took forever.
Fail me now, roll 20.
I'm also getting a bug that I've seen come up in Roll20 a bunch where the token's not matching the character sheet. I think Dory had that problem last game
Oh.
too, but it's been like inconsistent games, like different games that I've either seen or played in.
Yeah, and earlier when the bear was taking damage, the red bar on my screen wasn't moving at all, even though I was adjusting the number. So it's definitely a glitch.
I did see it move on my end, weirdly.
Yeah, it seems to be client side.
Yeah, that's weird. Have you guys seen initiative pop up at all for me?
No.
Nah.
No.
Okay, I'm
No.
just gonna click it again then. Just try doing it. Boy, I might have to restart Roll20. Oh, there it goes.
Something just showed up.
Okay, there's one. Let's do this one. Yeah, that is some killer lag. Jeez. That's gonna slow our combat down if that's the case. Counting the side. There we go. Wow. Okay, that is significantly laggy. You guys kicked ass on initiative, however. All right, so we're kind of playing fast and loose with the spacing here, but Alaric and Rye are definitely in this room. And you've seen this tunnel, wide tunnel, end in these massive set of doors. There is what looks like a cloaked figure wielding a crossbow aimed at you, and then what appears to be a very, very large ghoul. Looks very, very hostile. I'm going to start with Alaric.
Cloak figure, does he look to be undead or not undead? Can I tell?
You will need to give me a perception check.
Oh, that'll be helpful.
See how it
Perception?
looks.
Waiting.
Did anybody grab the mask?
Yes, I did.
Alaric, you especially from this distance, yeah, it's just lagging. It's terrible.
Yep.
You are pretty confident this one is a human. It is not undead.
Oh, good. Very nice. Trying to get into position to where Rai can't see my face. I'm going to do Memento Mori. So charisma saves DC 13. Your time has come.
Charisma. It's not a charm or frighten, is it?
Nope.
Stun, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Two.
It's a wonderful cantrip.
Yeah. It'd be quicker if I just manually typed in the chat box. Alright, your horrifying visage does stun that figure.
And any effects on our ogre friend?
Let's see. Let's change the thing. This was a nasty one to exploit, too. Oh,
All right.
tried his best, but
Yes.
also becomes stunned by your sudden countenance.
Okay. So the Angel of Death walks right up to the cultist. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, that's a good opening move. Lucian.
Big things. Big things.
Yeah, that was going. You know what? I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna pull out my crossbow on this one and shoot a bolt at the big guy.
Are we still about 30 feet back in the hallway?
Oh yeah, I gotta come in the room.
Right, yeah, you guys can come into the room. It's, yeah.
Yeah.
If you use all your movement, you can basically appear where you are, but thank you for reminding me.
Okay. I'm a little rusty with that crossbow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Well, he's stunned. Do I get advantage? 11.
You do have advantage, but 11 is not going to be good enough, unfortunately.
Okay.
Even stunned as they are.
Yep. Done.
Alright, Rye.
So I tried to be stealthy. I come in, but honestly, when I lock eyes with this thing, I really, really freak out and cast. Just reach out with my hand and cast Chaos Bolt.
Yeah, Rye to
Which I
cast a
clicked.
spell. Holy crap.
Which I clicked.
It's probably this
19.
map.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
slowing things down. 19.
19 to hit.
For sure.
And then, let's see, what did I cast? I cast that one.
I think if you hit the... Click on the word chaos.
I
bolt.
did.
Oh, okay.
And I have to roll. I have to roll a d6 because.
Oh shit, you rolled doubles though. Okay, hang on. We need to show the spell description. Isn't doubles good on this one?
It is. Doubles means I get to choose.
Let's see.
Right.
2d8 plus 1d6. Choose.
It looks like it rolled a d6 in that 15.
It did 2d8 plus 1d6.
The spell's all screwed up.
Yeah, what is the extra
My
1d?
2d8s are the two, so it's only 12,
Okay.
and the 3 is fire, which makes sense character-wise for me. But you're right. What is the two doubles? If I roll the same number on both
Do a
d8s
target.
within another target of my choice within 30 feet,
Yeah, it leaps.
and I make a new attack roll against a new target. Is that other target Is that other target also stunned?
Yes.
Alright. I clicked it. now we wait.
Now we wait.
Please hold.
Yeah.
18.
Yes.
Does it get the same damage? Or do I roll the damage
I
again?
assume
You
roll
roll
the
the
damage
damage
again,
again.
yeah. Sorry, so was it
Just
12?
make a new
It
damage
was
roll.
12 on the ghoul?
Yep, 12 on a goal of
Yeah.
fire damage. Alright, I clicked it. And this one just gets the damage, I believe, which would be 5.
5, okay. I wonder if you have a modifier checked somewhere that's adding a d6 somehow.
No, the d6 is 2d8 and a d6 to determine the type, and it's putting them all together. I'll go back and fix the
Oh, I
character
didn't realize
sheet.
that,
So
okay.
I think actually you
so-
choose one of the D8s. as the
Yeah, I
type.
think it's supposed to be the d8 that chooses the damage.
Yeah, the 3 or the 2.
Oh, then what's the
I'm not sure.
Oh wow! So it is all 15. So wait, it is all 15 then.
That is probably accurate.
Yeah,
On
because
a
it
hit, the
says
target takes
2d8
plus
1d6
Go ahead.
damage.
You,
I think you and I just saw the same thing, Brendan.
yeah.
On a hit,
So
the target takes
Yeah.
2d8 plus 1d6.
it looks like
Oh.
it would have taken poison damage because you pick one of the
Attacks damage.
D8s to do it, but it would have been 15 poison damage.
Oh, because you choose the 6. Well, that makes a big fucking difference if it's poison damage, I'll just say that.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yep. But it hops
It
to
is
the cultist
poison
and does
damage to the ogre, and then goes over to cultist and does 11.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can pick this one. You can pick either fire or cold damage for it to do.
Fire.
Okay. I've got a good news, bad news situation. Which one do you want first?
Yep.
The good news is you definitely did twin your first Chaos Bolt with the double rolls, which means it leapt to the other figure. The bad news is the original Chaos Bolt was poison damage, which the ghoul just shrugs off completely, does nothing. However, the subsequent, what do we determine, fire or something, damage, for 11 absolutely engulfs this poor stunned dude in flames and just wordlessly, like, face melts and just falls into a crisp.
I told you your
I'm
time was
happy and sad.
That is the appropriate response. All right.
And I back up just a hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Io.
That's it.
All right. I cannot see, nor can I move my token.
I will move you slightly more into the room.
Aha. Okay. I
Though it does
Yes,
take
I'm-
about 30 feet to get up to where basically Bahn is. Because you guys were all back and the other two went forward.
okay. I don't know if it's my lighting situation, but all I can see is just the very tip of this
That's right, I have to
purple circle.
determine you were
Fair.
lit. Yeah, let me update that one. Every time we change to a new
Bear
map,
headlights.
Bear headlights
Bear
come
headlights.
online.
Now I can see. Okay. Okay. Well then, I should be able to from here. Do I have to get one more closer to hit this big dude?
There you go. That should do it.
This guy.
I think technically where you were, you could hit also.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a bite out of crime. Not with a 9.
How'd you know his name was Crime? The odds of that. I think you have an advantage because
You're stunned.
the ogre is stunned. Yeah.
Oh,
DM is going to be
okay, well-
looking up this auto stun everybody with a cantrip spell after this game. I can assure you. Not auto.
It's only a DC 13.
All right,
now
let me
it
roll
is.
my bite again. Okay, so my bite attack is an 18.
That yes, that hits.
Okay, ignore the claws because I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. So that's 5 piercing with
Okay.
my bite, and then I will roll my claws for real this time. 22.
Also very deadly.
You have advantage. Do you want to go for the crit?
I can crit fish, sure.
She's just dancing around it.
So close.
9 slashing.
Yeah. All right. It looks like it's taking a pretty good hunk out, but it is a beefy, beefy creature.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stay right there and protect the party.
It's dead. We go to Bahn. I don't know if you guys can see my little circle thing is also like frozen on the screen.
Yeah.
Roll20's like, no, I'm not doing that right now. It's too much. It's not happening.
Bahn comes up to the corner and sees that big thing there. He's like, run, 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 run. But I will go ahead and give Alaric Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action,
Why, thank you.
and then cast Vicious Mockery at the ghoul and says, I don't know, something like, how do you brush your teeth? It's a 14
How
wisdom
dare.
save.
Let's see. Not very wise.
Takes 3 psychic damage.
All right. A single tear comes down. All right. The stun. It's stunned right now,
Yep.
which until the end of your next turn. All right. So it is stunned until the end of your next turn. So the dude in front of you is dead, Alaric.
This is very disappointing because I was hoping to, like Io, take a bite out of crime. Because he was stunned.
Sorry, no, sorry.
So I think I'm.
It was also named Crime. That's why they work together, really. It's just
Yeah,
convenient.
crime 1 and crime 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm
Good crime.
going to.
Yeah, they have a series coming out. Or they did.
Oh,
Their career's been cut short. That'll hit.
so. Oh yes.
Whoa! That's like bear numbers. He's putting up bear numbers over here. Damn.
I like it.
Yeah, just
I
right in the
am
back of the head. This creature is still up, still conscious, but it is sagging now from multiple lacerations and wounds. And trauma. Alright. Stun officially wears off as we go to Lucian.
Try that crossbow again. Hey.
19 will hit.
Doing
Yeah.
better. Come on.
My
Okay.
golly.
Wow.
Just packing their big pants right now.
All right.
Oh my
Big
goodness.
damage. Big damage.
Lucian, you put that one right between its eyes. Dunk.
Sweet.
And the poor big ghoul ogre thuds to the
Not
ground.
get an attack. Did not get an attack off.
Barely was even aware of what was going on.
Did you just say barely?
I might have said barely. That's my bad. You guys rolled up on these dudes so fast, despite flubbing the ambush quite expertly. On this figure up here, you do note that he is wearing red robes, and he has keys on him.
Hold up the keys. Anybody want these?
Just throw them away.
What?
Do they
Wait.
look like they'll fit the door?
They do look like they will fit that door.
Hmm. You guys ready to go into the next door? Yes, Bahn?
What if you dressed like him, and then we put the mask pin on you?
Hmm. I lose my wings though, and they're cool. But okay. So I'll take my cloak and turn it that red color. Is this what you had in mind, Bahn?
Yeah. Does the person like I can't? I walked in late. I don't see what the guy looks like. He was already dead by the time I got there. Was there a mask on him too, or is he just ugly?
He did not have a. No, he did have a mask. He has a very similar styled mask.
Okay.
Kind of a Phantom of the Opera, like half, like a, not covering the entire face, but just like the eyes.
At that point, Bond would be like, "Well, I mean, perhaps you could use Cruel's mask, put that on, and then we'll use this one for Lucian or Rye, and the two of you might be able to infiltrate further. And then we could use literally the charm for, I believe, 6 hours that you can take on disguise self. Maybe Io, even."
Does
Oh,
anybody
that's
have
right. She's
the
a bear right
capabilities
now.
of
That's not a
cleaning
good
this?
idea.
I want to have the bear wear
bear
a mask and a
literally-
robe.
The bear literally turns around and cocks her head.
They'll
And she
let
goes,
anybody into
"Oh?"
this cult now. Come on.
There's barely any requirements.
That's
You
right.
don't hit a home run every time.
While they're having this conversation, I would have, because I can't contribute, gone up and just kind of sniffed and done a little investigation at the door while they're working all their disguises out.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Thank you, Rye. Much appreciated. Because that smelled nasty.
Yeah, this thing looks like it would. This big creature looks like it had like a nest here of just remains and just horrible nastiness.
Now, in bear form, I'm still rolling at disadvantage, correct? Because I'm using my stats.
Yep.
So, okay.
All right, so Rye needs to wear Cruel's mask because he's also got his cloak. So that means Alaric needs to take the charm or the other guy's mask, and then Lucian would be able to do whatever else.
Well, I can make my cloak look red and make it look like somewhat like the robes and put on his mask.
Right. Okay, yeah.
So-
So then we'll give the other mask to Rye. Congratulations on your promotion. And then Lucian, you'll wear the mask charm, and then I'll ride the bear in on as cavalry. I'll be a hussar. It can't be that hard.
I am loving this.
You'll get a
Yeah.
look at for that one.
Io, you strain and you hear the faintest of muffled voices from beyond the door.
Okay. Would it have made a difference if I was also kind of given the old sniff test as the bear at the door as well? Would that have been? It's weird because as a bear, I have advantage on those checks, specifically for smell
Smells really
versus.
dead.
Yeah, I mean, you would have rolled
Yeah.
a 1 because it would have been negated
Yeah.
by so
Okay.
you would have rolled the
So-
first one.
So I can I hear voices, but I don't necessarily pick up any like undead.
Not necessarily, but it's also
wafting.
really hard because there's a huge undead smell. Although Raya's doing a job
Yeah.
of cleaning up behind you, but
Okay.
that is overpowering your senses quite a bit.
Okay. So I will just kind of I'll turn around and I'll just kind of go like this towards the door and just maybe move my jaw a little bit as if to mimic talking. And hopefully they understand me.
So
So you want
Right.
me to wear the charm?
He'll hand it over to you. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to, but
No,
might-
it is a good plan. Should I look like Mr. Cruel, perhaps? Or this guy?
We're just a
You know-
ghoul. So we can open the door, yell, they're coming, it's a bear, run into the room, and then have Io chase us with you on top.
I walk over to Bahn and kind of kneel down a little bit so he can climb up.
now that we're here, this seems kind of awkward. Um, he'll
Can you have little
do his
fold-out
best.
stairs for me or something?
He'll do his best to get up there.
Alaric will walk over once again, grab Bahn, just pick him up, set him on top of the
Like
bear.
a cat.
Here we go.
We could cast multiple mage hands, push them up.
So we have Mr. Cruel's mask,
Yes.
and we
Otherwise known as
have
Rye.
this. We have this cultist's robe and mask.
hmm
So you could just look like another cultist if they all
Ooh,
look the same.
Okay, yeah, because Lucian's going to be wearing the disguise self spell, so probably then I shouldn't ride you, and just keep the cloak over me, because Alaric's made his cloak look like their red cloak, right?
That's true. So we do have an extra. Yeah.
You go over and you start like sniffing around at the cloak on the ground, and Vaughn like says,
Kobold-sized cloak.
"Yeah."
We're like, fine, okay, we'll save the hussar for later.
So then I'll don the cloak and pull it way down over my face.
All right, so we've got 4 disguised people plus a bear.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Opening the doors, and yes, when you fit that, you don't the doors are locked, but when you put the key in that cloaked figure had on, that key obviously unlocks this door.
So we're
I'm
going with
obviously-
we're being chased by a bear.
I'll be behind you guys. Yeah.
Let's see what's on the other side first. But yes,
Okay. So open it up.
Right.
Escape
Opening.
plans are destroyed by the door opening.
The sweet smell of incense fills this expansive chamber. 2 rows of columns line a well-traveled walkway towards a dais on the far end of the hall, where flickering braziers illuminate a young woman bound to a stone pillar. Over a dozen people in white and red robes and ornamental masks look on as a wild-eyed, crimson-clad woman dances around the pillar, wielding a spear. And I think we're going to take our break right now.
Whoa.
And we can jump back into it in about 5 to 10 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
right. I believe we have returned from our break after the shocking news that the doors led into a massive, massive chamber filled with what appears to be over a dozen people, all in robes, all masked, watching a rather frightening scene play out, which is a young woman chained to a stone pillar and another woman in robes kind of dancing around her, wielding a spear. And they are lit. You might have to scroll further to the right than you're used to. You can actually see them lit up by these smoking braziers, which appear to be giving off this kind of, and you might be able to tell there's a bit of a hazy effect in that one area. They are burning some sort of incense on. At the moment, all eyes are turned towards that event, so everyone's backs are to this door. So nobody notices your door open.
We sidle up and
I believe that's
Pretend
DM speak for surprise round.
should we sidle up and
We
pretend
can-
we're part of it?
I think we need to shut it down as fast as we can. So,
We are far away.
Bahn will kind of reach out to Alaric, who's like grabbing his rapier, like hilt already.
Be like, there is something we might be able to learn. Let's just hold on a minute. But act cool.
so with that, I will walk in the full 60.
Walk in where?
Just walk right in.
Okay.
Like I own the place.
Yeah. Drone walk-on music starts playing. All I do is
Yeah,
win,
thing where we-
win.
Yeah, thing where we kind of walk through the crowd, like try to like jockey to the
let's do this in stages. Those of you that are disguised, as I mentioned, you can easily walk in until you basically get to the back of the crowd, and then you think perhaps some deception may be required on your part. As you're walking forward, you do note that this room is gigantic. It's got these big pillars. There's a giant dais where everything's happening, and there's also hallways that split off to your north and south.
Do we have a rough idea how much time we have before we have a blood sacrifice on our hands?
Difficult to say, but you imagine there's you've never observed this before, you're not quite sure what's happening, but you do note that if there's already somebody clearly in the chained to a pillar and somebody else with a weapon being wielded around them, you probably sooner rather than later, but I will,
Yep.
as a DM, I would certainly warn you if imminent things were about to happen. I will say that you have, it's not happening quite yet. So there appears to be just dancing around and being euphoric at the moment.
Looking at Bahn, just shrug my shoulders. Say the word, and it's on.
Do we recognize the people up there? Neither one of them's Melantia, right? Or Melantia?
Hold, please.
Thank you.
And
He'll come up in between the two of you and just kind of whisper,
The red one is Melantia.
Does she look tied up, or does the lady in the center is the only one that looks tied up, right?
The lady in the center, yeah, she's the one that is like looks like she's ceremoniously chained to the pillar, and everybody else is kind of looking on in some kind of solemn ritual. Except for the woman in red, who is like dancing around, appears to be in a state of euphoria, and is almost like twirling this spear like around menacingly.
Okay.
Well, Bahn, I'll try not to keep her dead.
Well, and he'll say the red robed woman, the one with the spear.
Mhm.
It's yeah.
If at any point she is within 5 feet of one of those goons up there, let me know.
Okay.
As she's dancing around.
Do you all wish to try and advance through this crowd by rolling deception, or just kind of hang back where you are? Because at the moment you haven't really been noticed.
Yeah, I think Bahn starts to move through the crowd, trying to stay like. I don't know if this will do it exactly, but like trying not to go through the crowd exactly, but like skirt on the outsides of the crowd.
Okay. Give me are you trying to be unnoticed, or are you trying to act like one of them?
Trying to act like one of them.
Okay.
Trying to be cool.
Trying to be cool. Like Fonzie. Fonzie's real cool. Little Fonzies. Give me a deception check with advantage.
Okay. I think
Be
that's
cool, honey bear.
Mm-hmm.
toggle. 21.
Nice. All right. Nobody even bats a second glance, despite your. You're not magically altered, right? You're just a.
I'm just short.
Okay.
The red robe, I'm imagining, is kind of dragging a bit on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see any other kobolds here, from what you can tell. They're all medium-sized humanoids, and yet kobolds are the second most numerous race in the city, so perhaps would not be unheard of.
I'm hanging at the door waiting for the signal from them. I don't want to impose on what they're doing.
Okay.
I would say if everyone's looking the other way, I would gesture kind of behind me for Io to creep up closer if she can. Because
Right.
go ahead.
At least to hear.
I was gonna say Rye's gonna try to get into the crowd.
Okay. Same thing. I will let you choose to be either sneaky or deception-y.
So you guys want me to sneak in and hang back
You
here?
guys are gonna have to work out some bear signals. Having this tactical conversation with your
We've
bear.
done this before.
Okay.
It's like Tampa Bay, flag 47.
I'll
Omaha.
hide behind this very small pillar.
Peeking around. All right, Rye, you are able to nonchalantly act exactly as they all act, to be enraptured by what's happening in front, and just kind of very slowly edge your way up. You do note, which I will explain why some of the tokens are different, that some of these figures appear to be armed and others do not. They are all wearing basically the same outfit and the same kind of mask, but some of them appear to be have weapons.
Gotcha. Eyes wide shut style.
Do you need us to move in like chunks, or is it okay to kind of keep moving?
When you guys rolled, you can move up to your speed. So essentially using
So
your...
I've done that, so I'm going to do
Okay.
it again, basically.
Okay.
And try to use like this pillar as not as cover so much as like lean against it, maybe, to continue to be cool.
Be cool. Don't be too cool, though.
Is that another deception check?
Yes.
At that point, okay.
I'm
You want him to
good
like
on
you,
that.
but then forget you.
Oh no.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Garnered some attention.
Yes, you have. You like
Um,
slip on the pillar and you try to lean on it and like fall and just splat.
Ah!
Yeah.
yeah. As soon as she gets within 5 feet of one of those guards, I'm ready to light this up.
Okay. At the same time, you see a figure, Bahn, starts to approach you in a questioning manner. Lucian and I guess Alaric, you two have stayed back there. Alaric, you're preparing basically, watching for when she reaches one of the other figures. Lucian, would you like to advance or do something else?
I'm gonna hang back. I don't want to get surrounded. I'm gonna kind of stay here.
Okay. So, at the same time as you notice your kobold friend kind of trip over and gain some attention from some of the more armed figures
I
as
told you to hike the rope up farther.
they approach him. Yeah. At the same time, one of the woman wielding the spear does get within 5 feet of, one of the other cloaked figures who is on this dais. So, Alaric, if you wanted to do your thing, be your chance.
I think it was a 22 for chill touch is what he did.
Oh,
Yep.
shoot. Yep, I'm seeing. Okay. Yes, 22. So remind us again of your special feature.
Reaper. I get to do it twice, and I rolled it 22 both times.
Snap. Okay.
You're doing it to both Melancha and the guard?
And one of the guards.
Okay. Which one was where? Do you already have a...
I would do the one. The first one's going to be the guard 7, and Melancha is a 1.
Okay.
So spectral hands come out and grab both of them by the throat. And just
Okay.
hold on to them.
And then she and then that same throat thing like closes around her, and she looks like she's about to kind of finish twirling the spear and start striking this bound woman, and then all of a sudden that hand kind of clutches at her and she stumbles back a bit and kind of almost snaps her out of her euphoric senses that she's in, and immediately you see a lot of heads start turning. I will allow Rye and Lucian to get off a surprise action as well, since you all were kind of had come up here and really paid attention to what's going on in terms of
Can
being
I do
ready.
one other thing? That was an action. Can I do a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. With that, it's like justice requires blood, and I will cast one other spell.
Oh. Smite. That you the creature with a melee weapon. Okay, so you're just kind of buffing your...
Yep.
All right.
So I have a smite prepared now.
Okay. A bloody smite.
Yep.
All right. You see... so is your... Oh, yeah, your weapon pulses with a dull red light. Which weapon do you cast?
It's rapier.
Rapier. Okay.
Yep.
Sweet. All right.
Not
go ahead.
like just a smite. Like, I guess we'll wait
What is
until it
different about this one?
happens, but...
Yeah. Bleeds profusely from the mouth and can't... Oh, yeah, that's creepy. Go ahead, Rye.
What is different about this guy here?
So, some of the figures look like they are even more armed than others. These two up here both look like they're kind of leading this crowd in a way. Like they're almost like the hype men and women. One is male and one is female. They also look strikingly similar to each other. And they appear to be kind of almost the most into what's going on, basically, and really like trying to get, the crowd, like, you know, raising, and it's been kind of quiet, but then there's been some, you know, humming and, you know, shifting around, and these two are kind of really trying to get everybody into it.
The other
I
big difference
cast-
is one of them's got a skeletal hand around its throat right now.
Well, I thought that was up
No,
here.
that's this
Oh,
one. He was talking
okay.
about these two right here, which
Okay.
they are slightly
Then I
different
can't
looking
really
than
see.
the others.
So, okay.
I cast Brimstone. And let's see. Let's make some stuff.
All the spells is coming out now.
That's right.
A hunk of sulfuric brimstone that materializes in the air and then falls. Oh, hey, a small little meteor.
Yep. And it'll be on this space here.
Okay.
So he needs a dex save or 2d8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then this space becomes kind of still there, and then within 15 feet, any characters that start their turn have to make a dex save.
Oh, snap. Okay. Oh, it's concentration. Yeah, it stays. She actually did make the save, and she once the robes start getting burned off, you can see she's got some elf in her and appears to be dancing out of the way. Although, is it half damage or a creature? Let's see, throw or take 1d8 fire damage.
It says half as much on the second half of the spell. It doesn't say anything about the first half.
Oh, interesting. Space fell on the spell. Any creature occupies space make successful. Okay, I take 2d8 bludgeoning damage. Okay. And the brimstone remains in the space where it fell while the spell persists. By the way, for anybody watching this, we're using all the expanded Kobold Press Midgard spells, which is why we're probably seeing a lot of fancy new spells that we are all learning about together. Okay, so maybe if it makes the save, they don't take the initial damage, but then the area can still damage. Then 15 feet of the brimstone. Wow. Saving throw, take 1d8 fire damage. Okay, so that actually creates a little zone. I don't know if I can drag a token on there. Something like that.
And then give it like a 15 feet aura.
Oh, yeah. Least obtrusive color, like a red.
It seems. There you go.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Got a little zone of, so she does dance out of the way, but that molten rock is still sitting there, pulsing with heat. Lucian, I think. Do you still have something you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna see that Bahn is kind of in trouble there.
Yeah, he's kind of losing his stealth round because of the attention he's garnered.
Step up here. Yeah, I'm going to crossbow.
Okay, 18 will hit.
18 on number 4. Yep. 3 piercing.
3 damage. Catches that one in the back. The coral sticking out. All right, now I believe we are going to roll some initiative. And you're going to have to give me a hot minute because I got some shit to roll. It doesn't lag too bad.
Well, I'm back to single digits, so that
There's
didn't
my-
take very long.
There's my dice.
Really
The
doesn't
one
like
thing
me.
Alaric tends to be halfway decent at is initiative.
Yeah, except for that first one, you guys did all right. You're gonna make me roll these all individually, aren't you? Roll 20. I don't think it likes the size of this map, nor the amount of tokens that are on the board. Oh, let's... I guess we could do it one at a time then. The weird thing is it just never appears. It just... If I do this...
That seemed to work.
That does work, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's working real well. Keep doing
I'll
that.
just do this one at a time. Yeah, right. I meant to. I guess I didn't check
the other way. The other way.
tiebreaker thing. Oh well. I don't check tiebreaker. You guys always have the tiebreaker. How many creatures do we get? All right, I think that's all of them. That's a lot of initiatives.
Where's Fireball when I need it?
Right. All right. Let's
Spirit Guardians would be nice in here.
set this up. It looks like after all of that, yeah, Alaric, we have initiatives all the way from 22 to 2. After the initial surprise round where you guys got a few fancy things off, now obviously attention is to you. The first thing you notice is that there is a woman who is kind of trying to be relatively nondescript, and who's nearby on the dais, yes. And she is dressed in an almost sheer white robe with like red wrappings and trim. Pale skin, just albino with very pale hair. And she carries a whip that's serrated at her side, and is clutching what looks like a big goblet or chalice that's red, blood red, and carved like the likeness of a skull. And she turns in fury and says, "Now, what is? They've followed us all the way here. We must kill these ones. They have infiltrated our forbidden ecstasies. They will put an end to this. Kill them, spill their blood for Marena." And everyone's attention turns to you. Alaric.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
12 on the guy, 24 on her.
Okay, that will hit both.
5 and 6. Number 5 for 5 and 6 on her.
Okay, you see the woman shriek, now fully snapped out of whatever effect had on her, and you see her kind of blink a few times, and her eyes seem to clear up, and she looks around with a startled expression and drops the spear and crumples to the ground, still breathing, but clearly out of the fight.
Okay, mission accomplished. And then yeah, I think I'm good for there. So
All right, Bahn.
You really changed a lot of my plans with a lot of those descriptions, especially that serrated whip. So I think I was going to disengage.
Okay, you definitely have some armed people like coming up to you, very interested in what you are, and now they appear to be aware that there are enemies amongst them.
Sorry, I'm gonna not do that. But I am probably still gonna. I'm gonna disengage and then try to run up to the bottom of the dais.
Okay.
Are these pedestals or pillars?
These are actually the braziers
Braziers.
that are currently giving off a smokiness, and you are standing right at the edge of it, and you can smell some kind of acrid strange herbs coming off of this fire.
Okay. So my action was to disengage. That is the end of my turn.
Okay. As these smoke pours out a little bit further and starts to invade your senses, I need a Constitution save.
Yeah, that's my best one.
It's not the dump stat, right?
Hey.
I thought it
Wow.
was actually.
It is. I
Yeah,
have a minus
you-
one. And
All right,
I rolled
somehow
17.
you managed to like hold your breath for a second or something, and,
Yeah.
and
Well, and that's what I was gonna say was that like as soon as like it starts to like actually impact me and I'm noticing it, I guess that's what I'll do is I'll just take a big deep
Yeah.
breath.
yeah, you do notice there's something very strange and wrong about this smoke, but you were able to shake off any would-be effects. Oh boy, I am missing my thingy, but okay, I can tell by this. All right, so that was one of them that you ran away from, so that's number 4. Let's see. 10, 15, 30. They actually don't pay attention to the back line yet, so they're gonna run after you, Bahn.
That's fine.
And gonna try to stab you with a sword. I don't know if it's worth going back and forth between numerous tokens I gotta switch between. 12.
This is-
Okay,
AC's 14.
nice. All right, Rye, remind me about the brimstone thing. Is that starting their turn there or ending their turn in that zone?
Yeah, starting their turn. DC 14 Dex save.
All right. So this is this figure right here. Then has to make a dex save. What's that? Oh, clicking the wrong one. There we go.
All right. So it takes 4 fire damage.
Okay. You hear a pitying whine. Ah! Sister! We're being attacked by the spellcasters! Kill them! And he says this to this figure here. And he jumps away from this heat zone. And will wave his hands around and attempt to bless some nearby allies of his. That's up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. So he will cast Bless on number 2, number 3, and the person he just identified as Sister, which is this one here. Plus symbol. To the flag. Also, during this clearly altercation of weapons being drawn and people, attacking each other. Now, a lot of the figures, while some of them have drawn weapons and appear ready to fight, others are now shrieking with worried expressions and appear to be backing away. And that appears to be all these cloaked figures. And they look like they're all, human or half-elf or mixed races and genders. But they in no way appear to be armed or even willing to fight at all. And then we go to this one who is blessed, and he is also in range, so I guess he needs to make a dex save. Oh, yeah, that's what also failed. Man, okay. In 3 damage. And now, noticing that you are concentrating on this spell, he will attempt to advance on you, Rye. A scimitar attack.
Does my reaction go off for like my reaction where I can draw my pistol?
Post it in the chat so we can review that.
What's the best way to post that?
Time somebody melee. If you just click on, or maybe it's like the chat box symbol.
Yeah, and it's the third bullet point.
Reach within 5 feet of you, attacks you with a melee weapon. You can use a reaction to fire a pistol held by your mage hand at the attacker. Yeah.
Although I didn't have it out yet. So the question is whether or not that's all part of the reaction or that's only once I have that out.
I'll let you do it. I think that's just being too fiddly and in the weeds. If this were Solasta the video game, then it would probably make you like have the certain things in place, but I think that's just tedium that I don't want to deal with. So yeah, I will let you do the reaction. I don't know the timing of this, but I assume he still gets his attack off even if he gets killed by this, because I would assume it happens maybe simultaneously. 22 will hit. Mine will not. He is disturbed by the fact that it comes up with his... Oh, you know what? I have Bless. Well, I don't... A 12's not going to hit you even if I roll a d4, is it?
No, 12 it's not it.
Okay. So even with his Bless, he still misses, and you can immediately get the gun, use your reaction, and blast him for 5. Alright, still conscious. We've got another one. This is number 6. And Bahn, you... Actually, this one will take a crossbow out and also fire at Rye. Ugh.
Nope.
There's too much action going on in there. Alright, then we've got the woman with the whip. Exit some of these. There we go. And what is she gonna do? Eat. Oh, you guys are actually pretty far away. She will target you. Right, you've incurred the wrath by having this ongoing, literally molten rock in the middle of the field burning, and she will crack her whip in the air and then stare at you and just kind of caress her own body as she looks deep into your eyes and attempts to put you into the throes of ecstasy. I need a Constitution save, or else you become overcome with euphoria, rendering you incapacitated.
All right.
The DC is not that. And
that sounds horrible.
It feels great though. You suddenly just feel like you're just on cloud 9. Your endorphins have just risen. You know, whatever that is for your character, whether it's seeing all these cultists getting killed by your magic or your guns doing cool things or whatever you want to have picture.
It's the smell of brimstone, actually.
Whatever gets you off, man.
Well, I mean, Rye, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it. All right, so you are currently affected by the throes of ecstasy. You automatically fail wisdom saving throws, and attack rolls against you have advantage. You are also incapacitated. However, you can make the save at the end of each turn.
How does that affect my concentration on the brimstone spell?
That's actually a good question. Incapacitated. I think, didn't we have to look this up in my stream one time about which, specifically which conditions end concentration? Is incapacitated? Because unfortunately, the thing I use doesn't say that. I remember some of them say that though, but that is a good question. If it doesn't, she will be very angry.
So incapacitated means you just can't take actions or reactions.
Doesn't have anything about concentration.
Correct.
Because I remember like paralyzed, I think, and stunned do, but maybe that's the difference. Okay, if that is the case, then that is still up, and she is irritated about that. But in theory, that also makes you just easier to get hit. So.
Sure.
Roll 20 says it does concentration on a spell if you're incapacitated.
Say it again.
Roll 20 rule set says it does break concentration.
It does break Okay, where do you see that?
I just did a quick Google search. It says you lose concentration on a spell if you're incapacitated or if you die.
Google search.
Yeah.
Google.
Maybe
What
it's
is that?
maybe it's under concentration
on.
somewhere.
I was gonna say it might be under that, but yeah, this is important. Yeah, because unfortunately, if you just look under conditions.
Yeah, it's listed under spells, the spells compendium.
Okay, so maybe it is concentration.
Yeah. Okay. So it is under concentration,
Okay.
and there's 3 bullet points, and it's the third bullet point that says being incapacitated or killed, you lose concentration on a spell if you're incapacitated or if you die. Why not put that under the incapacitated?
That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Condition.
I feel like we just had to look this up in my live stream game too a couple sessions ago for that same reason. We're trying to look up like, okay, what is lose concentration? All right.
Sorry, Rye.
Yeah, that was kind of the point of her trying to do that. Okay, so that spell does get.
So does the brimstone explode or just go away?
Oh, does the spell have a?
I think it only
Yeah, it's
explodes
kind
if
of
it,
exploding. If it takes
if
fire
it
damage.
takes fire damage.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So you can combo that one.
Which is what I was going to do in my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that goes away. However, on your turn, so you're currently incapacitated. You're enjoying life very much, and now, was it the end of the turn? At the end of your turn, which I think you could still move technically if you're incapacitated. Weirdly enough, you just can't take actions. But then at the end of your turn, you can make another con save to try and end this effect. 13. Let's see. It's DC 13, so that is good enough. However, if you read the fine print, you do gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Where's that on the sheet?
But you are.
If you didn't turn it on, it won't be on your sheet.
Oh, it might be an option.
Okay. Okay. Yep, I'll turn it.
All right, so you come out of it feeling exhausted from those events, and then realize that you were magically manipulated. Which unfortunately means now this one does not have advantage on anymore, but he does have the bless still. So attempt to attack you, Rye.
$16 hits.
Okay. For 4 slashing. All those attacks on you. And we go to Lucian.
Gonna hit this guy with a crossbow.
That will certainly hit.
For 6 piercing.
Okay. That one sinks deep into his side, and he's like spitting blood. Ah! Sister.
He was the one concentrating on bless.
He sure was. It's gonna be a con. Thank you for reminding me. A con, which he nails the concentration on. You can see him grit his teeth as he like spits blood like a fucking fighter. Like, sister, please.
All right. Stay put.
All right, and now you have gained the ire of the sister, who gets a crossbow out. I think she needs to put it closer, though. And fires at you. Lucian.
I don't see it. Oh,
All right, took me a second. I don't think an 8's gonna hit.
no.
All right, but she actually gets 2 attacks. How about a 20?
That'll hit.
Plus what? None of these blesses mattered. That one sinks in for 7 piercing damage. It says, "My brothers and sisters, we have been infiltrated. Must destroy these outsiders, lest they spread our secrets." Io the bear. Only just recently are a couple people noticing in the edge of their dark vision there is a fucking bear coming up on them.
Okay.
He's barely been noticed.
That's right.
Bear with me while I do this. So, I'm going to bonus action drop my form.
Oh. Interesting.
And then I'm going to light my candle with my action. And I'm going to use the Spirit Guardians option
Oh, shit.
of the candle.
Okay. We're lighting the black
Okay.
candle. Let's get some,
We are lighting that black candle.
yeah, some Black Sabbath going in here.
And then I can't remember Spirit Guardians itself. It's
It's a pain in the ass is what it is.
20-foot
gonna say-
radius?
is it? I can't remember. I don't
it's
have the
20-foot
spell
radius.
in my thing.
Yeah, I'll have to pull it up. Remember, it's a great spell.
Is it from you or from a point?
It,
Well,
it's
it's from the
15 feet.
candle, which is on her.
yeah, technically
Right.
from the candle, but yeah.
It's 15 feet.
Let's see. Yeah. Copy and paste this here. You call for a spirit spectre. They float around you at a distance of 15 feet for the duration.
So
We're
that's
gonna
a
say
15-foot
because it's
radius, so-
because it's not your spell. It's the black candle. They appear as like definitely like fiends and creepy looking like ghosts, and it's like the end of Fantasia or something with just this dancing
Yeah.
macabre.
All in the Hall of the Mountain
with
King.
with
yeah.
Night on Bald Mountain, I think. Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my movement to bring those puppies. I can't really see anything, but I'm assuming.
She just turned on this massive AoE. Can't see anything. But I'm just gonna run at people.
I'm just gonna. I don't know. Are these
Sorry.
baddies up here that I can now
Mm-hmm.
see in my radius?
Yep.
All right.
Now have a radius, I believe. But
Can
you
I go
see-
up? If I move right up, am I?
You have 10 more feet of movement, I think. Yeah.
I can get all of them in there, right?
I will say, technically, if you wanted to time it like this, you could technically use the bear's movement and then morph back and activate the candle. If you need to go a little, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because I have 30, the bear has 40, so I probably would have maybe come over here with my other 10. Because I feel like I could get everybody that's endangering my party.
Okay.
So yeah.
See, to be unaffected by it. Okay, so you can just choose which ones are not going to get hit.
Go one more to
And
the
one more forward.
one more east.
I can go.
Yep.
Wait. This way?
Yes. All right, now we get one more guy.
Thank
Almost
you.
2 guys.
And Rye.
I was zoomed way the hell out on that. Okay.
I assume Rye is one of the designees for unaffectedness.
I would like to be included in your program, please.
Rye's good. Rye's good. And unfortunately, that means I am Io for a turn.
It's pretty scary though, because a bear comes charging in, D transforms into a gearforged, and then like demonic ghost things start flittering around and really going. I mean, 15 feet. I imagine these things are huge, and like really going around and around and around and spooking shit up. Let's see. So when you cast the spell, affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area or starts its turn there. Okay, so we'll have to remember.
So a wisdom save,
All right.
and the DC was 15 when they start their turn.
We almost had overlapping, ongoing AoEs I had to track. All right, so the candle has been activated. A good use for it. All right, and immediately we're going to have to do that because it's number 1's turn. So that is, you said DC 15 wisdom save.
Yes.
Not a frightened effect. This is just pure damage. Oi! Alright, give me some damage. What does it look like when these things kill somebody?
I imagine that since they're fiends, they all turn their heads and they've got these like little glowing red eyes, and they just kind of focus in on their target and then just like attack almost like a bird with like a very sharp beak, just kind of goes in at it like that.
Okay. Just fills the camera frame and just darts in with a shriek that is cut off very suddenly. That one falls down dead before it can do a damn thing. And we've got this one over here, which is barely alive after a nasty set of chill touches, will drag himself over and try to stab Bahn. But ineffective, yeah. All right, back up at the start of the initiative. The batting order is Alaric.
You said the cultists are non-combatants, correct?
So at this point you have...
Yours.
Right, at this point you've identified... They all looked the same at first, but some of them are clearly wearing armor and clearly have weapons packed. Others are just wearing normal clothes and appear to be either less militant or less loyal or just don't have weapons or whatever the reason. And they are designated by this kind of robed token here, and you can, due to the magic of Roll20's token system, you can identify them pretty quickly.
All right, I'm gonna move down to there and aiming for Elvira up on the deck. And
ooh, you are...
That didn't work.
You are shaken at her appearance, though. Somewhat unnerving. I will say to Io, it is your choice. You might not have even realized that these were technically non-combatants, although they're still wearing the robes and the mask. So if you... I didn't have initiative for them, in other words. They don't have a turn for me to affect them with Spirit Guardians. But if you want to, you can absolutely have your ghost demons attack them as well.
If I recognize them as non-threatening, then Io would not kill someone who's not armed. So
okay, I'm not sure.
But what about the black candle? The black candle.
With the black candle choose. I think she's still in mostly control. At least it says when you cast a spell, you can designate a number of creatures. So I would still allow her to control it. But yeah. Like, you can tell these things want to kill as much as they can, but they've still got some creatures they can hit. All right, we go to Bahn. Surrounded again.
Yeah, I don't like what's going to happen here, but so Bahn's going to move away from that one, which should provoke an attack of opportunity.
Sure will. Oh my gosh, these guys not used to fighting kobolds.
He's also going to move away from that one.
Oh boy, look at his plan with
provoke another attack of opportunity. Got lucky.
Yeah.
He's going to continue with let's see, that was 5, 10, so 15, 20, 25 feet of movement.
Gosh.
He's old. He's going to try to like rip off the cloak as much as he can as he runs past Melancha, and he's going to say, "Run to the clockwork." what's your race? I'm sorry, I can't remember. Gear. It's not gearforged. It's
No, yeah, gearforged is correct.
Is it gearforged?
Gearforged,
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, he'll say run to the gearforged. And I would like to try to like wrap up this lady's body, not like wrap it up, but like try to twist up into her body and pull her arms over the brazier to try to disarm her.
Boy, okay.
So your house rules make a normal attack roll, but versus foe's strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics rather than AC.
Okay, it sounded like you were describing a spell that you were casting, so I'm trying to figure out which one you're...
Not casting a spell.
Okay.
I'm saying that I'm trying to squirm my body up, like to manipulate her arms to force her arm over the brazier
Try
that's
to disarm.
burning to try to disarm her.
Okay.
And I'm fishing for cinematic advantage.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's what I'm really doing.
I literally thought you were
Yes.
describing a dissonant whispers
Sounds
like kind of
cool.
spells. You're sounding like you're just going to go
No.
over there. Okay.
No.
Roll a intimidation check to try and get your advantage.
Okay. $22.
Okay, you definitely have advantage on this. Remind me again, what is the disarm?
So yours, I'm gonna copy it.
Yeah, please.
Make a normal attack roll, but versus the foe's strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics rather than AC.
Okay. Okay.
So do you want me to just use like a rapier attack at that point?
Yeah, whatever your best attack roll is, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be just a rapier. Yeah, dang it.
You have advantage though because
So
of
it's an 8.
your cinematic
Oh,
advantage.
Thank you.
Because you intimidated her.
you.
Very nicely.
I also might consume an inspiration.
Oh boy.
Okay, I am. I'm going to consume the
He went all the way
inspiration I
back here to the
received
boss,
earlier.
and he's trying his best.
19.
Do it.
There we go. All right, with the inspiration,
Yes.
you are able to pull her hand. Okay. You pull her hand over it, and she gives off a snarl. You can see her face is a mask of like constant like smiling, almost the like that creepy smile movie. But then she gives a wince and kind of tries to pull back for a second, and she does drop that whip right into the brazier.
Awesome. I'm sufficient with all of those things. Like I'm satisfied with the thing.
I'm kind of like feedback is
there.
very important to you, or to us. However, I still need a con save for being near these braziers from you.
Even holding my breath.
Every round it's gonna have to be. You're
Sounds
basically having to withstand it this long.
good. Got me.
All right,
Rolled
you
an 8.
definitely feel that effect start. You start hallucinating a little bit when you breathe this in and start seeing like shadows dancing on the walls and maybe even like ghouls creeping up on the ceiling and just weird stuff. And mechanically, that is that you have a disadvantage on ability checks for the next minute.
Okay.
All right, you might have to remind me that her whip is currently in the brazier.
I'll do my best.
All right, she obviously screams for assistance. Kill this little mongrel. Do it for me. And you see these pitiful shock troopers who haven't able to hit a damn thing running up. You can tell that they are seemingly immune to these effects. And boy, they just went to the stormtrooper school though. Fresh out of not hitting anything. The figure in the cloak up by the pillar is it going to be a big pain in the ass and cast Cure Wounds on himself and gain some hit points back. We've got this. Don't worry, sister. We will prevail. Marena will ensure our victory. All right, we've got another Spirit Guardian, number 3. Spirit Guardian victim, which is what again? Wisdom.
Wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15. Thank you. That is an absolute fail. Boy, this spell. This was a good use. Yeah.
By the way, oh, nice. Their speed is also reduced.
Halved.
The creature's speed is halved.
Well, his body was halved by the spirits who came in and just bisected him, just like a horror movie. Just giving up a scream.
Love it.
Yeah. That one has some kind of supernatural ghost powers. And then this one will holster the crossbow and again try to run up and stab at Bahn. All right.
Ooh.
That was not the scout. That was the... Oh, it says cultist right there, yeah. For 10 damage. Yes, that's a massive damage, which you do manage to stave off any ill effects.
You'll hear a yelp. From
Yeah,
Bahn.
your brave kobold is just up there surrounded now. And it is her turn, and she is extremely angry at you. Bahn. Trying to actually swap between to the tokens show up, but it's... Alright. She is... So correct me, I think she's still concentrating on the spell that's holding Rye, correct? Did anybody...
Rye broke it. Rye broke it. Yeah, he's got 1 level of exhaustion. He broke
it. Okay, so no longer concentration. All right.
Right.
So in that case, she will turn to you, Bahn, look at her whip longingly, but then just reach out a hand and caress your muzzle. Say, "You will stay still for me, won't you?" And attempt to cast Hold Person on you.
Okay.
I need a Wisdom save to avoid being paralyzed.
Okay, I only have disadvantage on ability checks, right?
That is true.
Okay. And disadvantage on intelligence saving
Also
throws?
true.
Ability checks. Which it's neither one of those. Core wisdom 6.
You shudder at her touch and go absolutely still.
Yes, I do.
All right, Rye, you are no longer in Euphoria.
I spend my 2 sorcery points to get a level 1 spell back and cast Chaos Bolt on Elvira.
Elvira. 19 does hit. Can he get the doubles again?
No.
Wow, that is... They do a double
That
take.
is-
That's really low damage. 2, 1, and 3.
So I can pick acid or cold. I'll do acid.
Okay, so a bolt of acid hits her, and she shrieks as her immaculate skin just pops and blisters. She nasty creature.
And she has to hold person was a concentration, right?
Also correct. Concentration. So that's DC 10. She does maintain her concentration on holding Bahn. She still has a hand on him and just turns and snarls at you.
That's my turn.
We've got another Spirit Guardian victim. That is a Wisdom. And 19. Does anything happen if they make the save? Do they take half damage or no?
I feel like it's half. Where is it? Scroll up.
Yeah, you're right, half.
Half. Yep.
Alright, so still give me that damage.
7.
Alright, he nearly gets ended. And then he really wants to attack you, but he knows if he moves away from Rye, that would possibly be painful, so instead have to, I guess he could. Yeah, he'll attack Rye.
You get your reaction, Rye?
I do.
Shoot. Yeah, you're right. That was the pistols. Alright, these are both going to end up hitting. I don't know the timing, if we can look up a different, like if yours goes first or the other one's supposed to go first, but otherwise I'm going to treat these as simultaneous.
Okay.
For the purpose of damage. But yours does hit. As you,
6.
Okay. So it does 6 slashing damage to you, and then you bring that gun up and just blast him in the face. And then you finish off with the Spirit Guardians that started. And we go to Lucian.
I'm gonna go after that same guy again. Yeah, I have to. 16,
Yep, that'll hit.
6 piercing.
Alright, if he hadn't healed himself, that might have been fatal. Takes another, he's got multiple just bolts stuck out of his chest. Ah!
Did he still have bless up?
Yes, he did actually. The sister is still up, so he will have to make a concentration. Which one? And fails. So the bless officially is shut down. He stumbles back and blood just pouring out. Still technically alive.
Just kind of. I'm gonna duck behind this pillar here, I guess. Just give me a little bit more cover.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. The scout will now, seeing all these freaking demons flying everywhere, will absolutely target the gearforged who summoned them. And attempt to shoot you with her crossbow, Io. Probably doesn't do it.
Miss.
14. Boy,
Miss.
really wish I had that bless. That would have actually come in very handy right now. And then she will absolutely retreat. 10, 25. She'll retreat up there. Actually, no, she's going to retreat this way. 10, 15, 20. She's going to say, "Brother, I think we need to think about ourselves." Io.
Okay, so can you ping which ones are like the two that seem to be in charge?
You've got what appear to be this brother and sister, yeah, up here in the north.
Those
and then,
two, okay.
And then the one that's really been barking orders has been the one your companions have been referring to as Elvira, is still on the dais, especially barking orders at all these other cultists who are surrounding Bahn, and she's got Bahn actually paralyzed currently.
Okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to bonus action go Io Bear again.
Ah.
And that's going to be my last
That's
wild
right. You get
shape.
those back on a short rest, don't you?
Yep. And then I'm gonna do my 40 feet. Let me see how far I get with 40. 40 puts me there. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to... Yep, I'm going to use my action to dash so that I can get up here and try to protect Bahn by at least having them in my sphere.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can place myself there or not. Not
Yeah,
really sure.
the chain woman is on a pillar, and then the other one has, the one who was wielding the spear is just crumpled to the ground unconscious.
Okay. And that should get everybody, including this other important one.
Yes, yeah.
On the edge.
You made your radius bigger, didn't you? Because of the bear's bigger. Curses, what a combo. Perfect use of this spell.
Okay, that is going to end my turn.
All right, you are in this strange, acrid-smelling smoke, and I need a Constitution save from you. All right, you find yourself hallucinating also. You picture these, the ghosts maybe look like people you recognize, or maybe they're crying out to you. It's very disturbing, and you have a disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
All right, that one is dead. This one is in Spirit Guardian World. I'm not even going to roll a save because he's only got 1 hit point left. So whatever happens, he just screams and crumples the ground in defeat. We go to Alaric.
Okay. Seeing that my friend has got the upper deck under control, I'm going to move up here to engage this person.
Okay.
And try to unload with my rapier. And is my bardic inspiration still up?
10 actually hits this guy who's just wearing robes.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm kind of shocked
That's
too.
nice.
I had to do a double take at that. So your rapier manages to end his existence, and as he's been damaged, he's got all these crossbow bolts sticking out of him, and he's crumples to the ground. And you hear this woman shriek out, "Linus! Oh gods! Marena! Save us!"
And that will end my turn.
Bahn, you are paralyzed, I believe. You at the end of your turn, you can make the wisdom save to try and end it.
Still stuck. Do I need to also make Constitution saving throw for any additional effects from the braziers?
Nope, you're still under those effects too, but there's no additionals. Oil can. With this bear up, definitely causing some concern. Oh, you know what? Spirit Guardians. Gotta do Spirit Guardians first. Which this one is actually gonna die anyway because it's got too few hit points. I believe the worst you can roll for Spirit Guardians is a 3. Which means, well, you know what? Let's do it for funsies. We'll do a Wisdom save. You could always make the worst possible roll. So give me that. But it failed, right? Because it was a 15.
15.
All right, yeah. So he definitely screams and dies with the ghosts destroy him. That one is dead. This one is dead. I should X these out when they die. This one is also in Spirit Guardian's world. It's a bad world to be in. And gets to take the full brunt of your damage, which is 14, which ends that one as well. Oh my goodness. What a play. And then it comes to the boss, so she needs to actually do the Spirit Guardians. Let's go back to turns. Which is Wisdom. Aw, come on. Oh, boy, an 18. Okay, she's got to do concentration. That was nasty. Oh, and it breaks the
Oh.
concentration, too. She stumbles backwards in sheer terror. And at this point, she looks around.
You're in for it now.
Yeah, at her forces, and she snarls at you. Some kind of demon-spawning bear monster. Well played.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt made that says that. Demon spawning bear monster.
She will say, Marena has seen that perhaps our forces have been bested. You will let me live, yes? If I were to surrender. She talks to you, Bahn, being the only other one is a bear near her.
Yeah, actually, Bahn probably would be okay with that. He'll say,
Get on your knees.
So eye to eye.
Oh, please, there's no need for this disrespect, is there?
This is for my safety and yours.
She suggestively like kneels down.
I will growl at her from behind.
Put those away.
and he'll call everybody else up to the dais. And when they get up there, he'll move over to Melantia. Or
There's still
Melantia.
one more.
Sorry, I keep
There's still one more combatant out here.
There is. She is obviously. So you notice that this looks like a half elf woman is glancing this way, and you see a hallway to the north. She looks like she wants to bolt as soon as she can, but well, her turn is coming up. So essentially, this one has surrendered. But yes, there is technically one more combatant on the field.
And she's in Alaric's sights.
Yes. So let's go ahead and stay in initiative order for now. But the Elvira woman does look like she is, as an action, basically, she surrenders. Rai, you are next. You can do whatever you like. But this one looks like she wants to flee.
I will firebolt sister.
The one who just surrendered?
No, sister.
The sister. Okay, sorry. Yeah, she's a red sister is what her her character sheet says. I got confused
sorry.
myself. You're right. Yeah, I've been referring to this one as sister. Yes. 22 will hit. Oh my
For
god,
max damage.
I feel bad. You've been using these guns; they're so cool, and yet your firebolts have been devastating when you pull them out. That she's still up, but she just takes a massive blow and just shrieks out.
She's still got to deal with the guardians. So I chuckle.
That's true. Yeah, whether she wants to or not. She's gonna have to. Lucian, it's up to you.
I'm gonna yell out to everybody. This is over. No more killing. I'm gonna cast sleep on this.
Okay.
Sister up here.
Is she an elf?
Oh shit!
I said she had elf
These
features, but I don't actually remember what.
Yeah, I can't magically be put to sleep.
Even if they're
half elves.
Okay.
Yep, I
Gotcha.
will not do that.
That's right, because I don't really like sleep.
It's that phase stuff.
Yeah. I'm too far to do anything.
You could dash and block her path, I guess, if we're trying to contain her.
I mean, you can always
Yeah.
knock people out with an attack. I don't think you can do it with a ranged attack is the problem, but with a melee attack, you can choose to knock people unconscious.
Can't get up there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just.
Lucian, I can bring her to peace. It's not a problem.
Okay.
You do what you feel you have to. But I'll go up there. I'll dash.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check since you basically tried to tell her to stand the fuck down.
Oh. Okay.
Do you have inspiration?
Do I have that from last session, or does that carry over?
I don't know. It should be on your
I
character
think-
sheet.
Didn't you give him inspiration at the start of this one?
It,
Give it to me.
yeah, I was gonna say his was previous.
Yeah.
She grits her teeth and says, I can make it. Must live. But unfortunately for her, she still has to survive the Spirit Guardians. Which is probably not going to go well for her. Wisdom. Ooh, makes the save. Give me that damage.
Ooh.
Jesus.
9
Alright, well,
points.
makes a save, so she takes half of that. So she lives. She will take the disengage action and run past you, Lucian. 10, 15, 20, 5. Unfortunately, she can't get very far. But you just notice that she is running, and looks like she's running. Only really you can see this, Lucian. So it looks like she's heading for this first door on the left. Now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to montage that you guys have a full round to deal with her, and she wasn't able to make it very far. So anybody could either range attack and try to down her, or Lucian is close enough to use a melee attack and try to incapacitate her before
Can
making
Alaric get to her?
Actually,
I can't see her due to shadows.
Yeah, Bear actually can't get in range.
I'm before.
Okay.
I'm before.
Yeah.
Alaric,
So just go ahead and
I wanted to contain her and basically drag her back, captured, not killed.
Okay. I will say you can just do that because she's so weak and we've got multiple attacks. All right, so you are able to down her. But the important thing is you actually kind of knew where she was going because she actually did get a chance to flee a little bit. And other than that, it looks like this area has finally calmed down. During the battle, everybody who wasn't a combatant basically fled. Once they saw that you weren't gonna murder them, kind of hightailed it out of there and left the bodies behind. And the woman who is chained to the pillar she looks like she's been kind of messed up from the smoke as well, but still has a little bit of her wits behind her. She looks terrified about the demons and the bear and everything, and just looks like she is extremely frightened. She does match the description, as you all have seen, missing posters of the blacksmith's daughter, Rosalind.
Kind of in the order of operations, I think the first thing Bahn would try to do is remove, like if she's got a spell focus or like a components pouch, he would try to remove that from her.
You notice she has a blood red ruby on a necklace, draped very suggestively on her chest, and that looks like absolutely it is a holy symbol, and looks like a source of her spellcasting.
He'd like to take his dagger and slip it off, if possible. And at the same time, he's calling for everybody else to, like I said, come back up to the dais because he doesn't want to turn his back to her.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, she does appear quite wounded from that massive Spirit Guardian's attack. And I don't know how long that spell lasts, but it's still fairly intimidating while it's going on.
Well, I
Like
think it
that-
would still be happening unless she stops concentration on it.
Right. Yeah, as I'm saying, I don't know how long the duration normally lasts,
Right.
but
Yeah, I would. I thought I was muted.
if it's an hour or if it's a minute.
I would drop the spirit guardians, and I would actually come over if everyone else wanted to tend to the woman and the others. I could kind of stand guard over her. I'll just kind of hover over her and just growl,
Yeah.
and kind of keep watch over her.
She does
we
not
have-
like your bear at all because she's used to dealing with people and seducing them and manipulating them, and you being in bear form just absolutely pisses her off to no end. Just glowering. Pouting.
If we
Pouting
have
is
two-
probably the best.
If we have two prisoners, I have 2 coils of rope, and if more than willing to use those.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch the scary woman, then Bahn will come over to Melancha and then look to Lucian and say,
I'm pretty sure that's Rosalind. See if you can help.
So confused. Did we get the elf girl as well? The elf combatant
Yes.
that was running. Okay.
Yep, you've got her as well.
All right. All right. Thank you. Couldn't see her.
Yep.
And if we need to, I can keep our prisoner from dying, but we can also remove her hands if you need to. If you're worried about casting.
Boy.
I think I've got it covered, but that's good to know.
Alaric looks down at his rapier that is as the red just slowly dissipates.
Oh, you never used the rapier, did you?
Mm,
Oh, man.
nope.
You died too fast.
Yes. I didn't need it to take care of her brother.
Yeah.
Who's going to Melancha? Is that you, Bahn?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She.
Are you
Oh, good.
are you tying her up?
No.
Okay.
She no, he's actually coming over to try to help her, and he's like, I was not trying to hog role play, is what I was trying to avoid. That's why I was
No, you're fine. I was
saying
just
solution to
trying to process because she was the one with the spear, correct?
originally, and then she dropped it, and she seems to have come out of her stupor.
Got
And
it,
so
okay.
Bahn was coming over at that moment to like check on her once you came over to block off the other lady.
I like you're already like PR for her right now too. It's like no, she was.
You're right, yeah.
Your Honor, if it will please the court, my client was
was ensorcelled.
ensorcelled by this event, tragic event.
She cannot be held responsible for her actions.
Temporary insanity and so forth. Yeah,
And
so
everybody's
you
got
are.
everything
She's
else under control.
she is legit wounded because Alaric definitely wounded her. So she's got some effects from that spectral hand. But
Black fingerprints.
yeah, kind of creepy wounds. But you can tell that she does. And I'm gonna say you guys obviously try to put the poison smoke, like manipulating hallucinogenic braziers out as soon as possible,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And immediately that effect starts to dissipate. It takes like a minute for those effects, for your hallucinations to finally die down, and the area gets clear. You also notice that the water around here. First of all, this whole area looks like it was once a cistern, very big reservoir for water, and you notice it's all been tainted with blood. All of this water area has just been all kinds of bloody mess in here. But Melancha does rouse out of it, and she appears to be more clear-eyed. She kind of looks down and looks at all of you and says, "What? Bahn? How did you get here? What happened?" She just kind of winces from pain, and she looks over at Rosalind and has a wide-eyed expression.
I'm
Yes, ma'am.
untying her.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I was untying her. Was she awake, Rosalind? She is
Rosalind is
unconscious.
conscious. Yeah.
Oh, she is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just untying her, checking over wounds, anything like that.
Yeah. She looks startled by your appearance and everybody and the bear, like everything that's going on. But she's a lot more lucid than Melancha is. Says, "Hi, did my father send you?"
Your father is very worried about you, and so is your husband.
She nods and kind of wipes some tears away. There were others when they first brought me, but they took them. I think they killed them. I think they were going to kill me next. I recognize that woman. That's is Vendemic. The counselor. I don't know what she was doing.
She was under the influence of other people. This is all a big misunderstanding. But come with me, Miss Vendemic. And he'll try to help usher her up and go through the explanation of kind of where they're at and what they've been doing and what he knows.
Okay. Yeah. And Melancha seems to confirm that she doesn't deny being involved with this cult. But she just says, it was so exciting. It was this underground boudoir, and some of us would meet and, have exciting adventures down here, but there was a bit of pain and pleasure involved, but nothing too serious. I don't know what's going on here. She seems unaware of what was just transpiring, though.
So, like, I don't remember all the details of the movie, but is this like Eyes Wide Shut?
I have not actually seen that movie.
Okay,
Unfortunately, don't know the reference. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Bahn would just like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right? Like there'd be a lot of like, I understand. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But yeah, she doesn't deny being involved with the cult, but she does seem to have no idea of the seriousness of what was apparently transpiring at this moment, and apparently at other moments too, as Rosalind has attested to there being other people here at one point, prisoners.
Can I insight check that as a
Yes.
bear?
You as a sure, you still have your mental facility, so
Yeah.
technically you're a person just dressed as a bear.
Okay, that's a disadvantage. 11.
I mean, you think she's telling the truth? Felicia does have that chalice I mentioned.
Yeah, I think depending on how much time's down here, I don't know how fast Alaric's trying to get people out and start, arresting people, or how much his trigger fingers on the rapier. But if there's enough time to settle, he'd probably like to cast detect magic as a ritual.
Okay. You definitely detect a magic about this this skull chalice that seems to be stained with blood, as if it was holding blood at one point.
Yeah.
What's
The red's out of the rapier, so Alaric is calmed down. He's now looting bodies.
We're in loot mode.
Interesting. What school?
It's a unique magic item, so
The cornucopia. Okay.
yeah, actually I could, maybe I can. I mean, you guys can identify it here in a second, so it's not. Probably be the enchantment school.
Um, I think he just kind of passed it to Lucian again, as he's finishing up, making sure that Rosalind's good, and say,
When you get an opportunity, you should take a look at this.
Okay. Very pretty.
I mean, bloody.
It looks like, and Lucian, you might even have seen something like this before, that it was used by the Red Sisters in rituals, almost like a holy artifact. The spear that Melancha was wielding is not magical, but it is silvered, and it is exceptionally well crafted and has like decorated like ruby gems embedded in it, and looks like it is worth a pretty penny. But other than that, I can kind of just montage you all as exploring this place, and gathering information. You find, in one room there's a couple who are engaged in a little cat and mouse sexy time that you burst in on. And at one point, you might think there's a misunderstanding with like one attacking the other, but then you realize it's just role play action, and they're just there to have fun. They had no idea what was like the dangerous parts that were going on, just completely unaware. And if you let them go, they just flee. But they appear to be just hopelessly unaware of the more sinister motives. You can force Felicia, and she appears to be rather compliant. Maybe not when you reach her bedroom and she walks in, but given all of your strengths and things, she finally deactivates the animated rug in her room and allows you all inside to loot her room, where
We're confiscating all of this.
yeah, you see a red glass sculpture that's carved in likeness of the blood goddess Marena. It looks like it's worth some good coinage. And there is a open letter on the desk that you all can loot, which is, I believe it's, make sure I get my handouts right. All right, this one is what you find in her bedroom. And crash roll 20. Okay, it reads, in the name of Baron Urslav, crawling lord of Valanoria, keeper of the Red Sisters, and by the unholy land of King Lucan, lord of the Shroud Eaters. Let it be known to all agents of the Blood Kingdom, change is coming to Zobeck, by the hand of our fair sisters and the brothers of Nicephorus the Pale, first of his name. Our allies seek to divert Zobeck's attention from the Iron Crags toward the Maradi. To this end, the Honorable Felicia Bale Sheth has been appointed Red Sister of the First Order and ordained to serve the Red Mother's mercy from our bastion within Zobeck itself. All agents of the Blood Kingdom are hereby summoned to identify any personages of significant import for conversion within Sister Bale Sheth's enclave. These covenants will form the bedrock of new trade and ensure a pact of non-aggression with the Crossroads City. For the glory of Morgau and the unhallowed legions of Dorish, in Morena's name we conquer. The woman, when you ask, she does confirm that she is Felicia Bale Sheth.
Alaric turns to Bahn. It was good that we pressed on, no?
he's got 2 hit points.
Ah!
Man, you went balls to the wall and you survived so many, like, oh, I can't believe you survived all this. And you dead to rights. Further exploration of her room reveals a closet with a bookshelf full of books, mostly erotic novels and stories. However, you do find a blood-stained leather tome called Prophets of the Red Goddess, which looks like their version of a Bible, holy tome. And it looks like it would be worth a lot to a collector of such rare books. But also a folded note comes out that reads this. Ms. Baelsheth, congratulations on your new post. Your predecessor was quite reluctant to communicate, and I trust you are a better correspondent. The bearer of this letter is my agent, Boris Cruel, whom I have tasked with assisting you in whatever way you desire. He is particularly adept at acquiring prey and might serve well in procuring lambs for your goddess's altar. He brings with him one of our latest acquisitions. An oafish lout indeed, but this acquisition should prove effective in defending your new position, though be sure to keep him well fed. Shroudson.
Is this the ogre ghoul?
That's what you are surmising.
So do we go in the back door? Or
No, you went in the main. You went in the main entrance. Yeah.
okay.
I think we've got an open and shut case now.
Well,
You got.
And he'll kind of
Good.
sorry. He'll pull Alaric to the side a little bit and be like,
well, slightly. I mean, Melancha's not denying her involvement. Which if they're attempting to basically
Corrupt officials.
open trade, well, I mean, and ensure that they're not going to have any aggression as they approach. I don't know. There seems to be a deep part of this. I don't understand it all yet, but maybe we'll get paid well for Rosalind's return.
I mean, you
That
were.
and-
Sorry, I will mention the fact that you were initially hired. This happened last session, at the beginning of last session, really, that you were hired by the Kobold King to essentially figure out this mystery of the disappearances, and that was the 200 gold. But yes, you surmised that returning Rosalind would be a good idea, and Melancha already says that she will speak to what happened down here, but Bahn, she kind of takes you aside and like, now, this was a secret of mine and many others, and having such a secret exposed could destroy many, many lives around Zobeck and upend a lot of the nobility, especially. You know what the saying
pulls out
is?
his black book and he's like who?
You know what the saying is, my dear Kobold, shit rolls downhill. So I will, I'm sure we can come up with a suitable statement that works best for all parties, and we ensure Rosalind and her family are very well taken care of.
Yes, ma'am. As you wish.
Thank you. And you all as well, of course. Will certainly be very, very well taken care of if we have a proper agreement on how we announce these goings-ons, and clearly having the... do you share, I guess that's a question, do you share the information that you found just now in Felicia's bedroom, basically these missives from other people, like trying to coordinate things? Do you actually share that with her, or how much information do you want to give her? Because right now she
no.
also probably thinks it's a cut and dry case.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this
No,
was...
in my opinion, this stuff, no. I think Bond's trying to still use this as leverage, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's been supportive of her and stuff, but I mean, it's all as a, how is this going to benefit me, and how can I manipulate the situation in the future?
Yeah, and she looks like she's definitely willing to pay up, if not obviously monetarily, but like in social standing as well. But according to her, she thinks this might have been just an isolated, incident, that perhaps this the cult of the blood goddess was just trying to get in with Zobeck through this secret orgy cult, seducing maybe bored nobles, and then kind of going from there, and clearly using some kind of magical manipulative means to do that, because as far as you all know, she legitimately is like very much saying she was under some kind of magical influence during this most recent events she was not fully aware of.
Yeah. Alaric's focus is bringing Felicia to justice, getting Rosalind back to her family, and watching Heston eat crow, and and getting rid of the splitting headache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys can. In fact, that may be something you can push for, with the fact that you saved a ruling councilwoman, and if you agree to basically her terms of in no way saying she was anywhere close to doing anything untoward, especially as if she was about to murder this young woman here, then she absolutely agrees to cover all of your insurance bills and medical care, basically.
And as long as Felicia's brought to justice, Alaric is perfectly fine with those terms.
Yeah, and she definitely says that she will answer for everything she did, and we may be able to get some answers out of her. But between you and me, she looks like she may actually enjoy the sort of torture that we were planning, so I'm not sure how much answers we'll get out.
If you need assistance, just let me know.
She kind of rocks back at that, says she absentmindedly rubs like her throat. Says yes, very well.
Her kind and mine go way back.
Mm-hmm.
And he just smiles and will pop his fangs.
Oh boy.
At that point.
Okay. She definitely kind of jolts backward for a second, but then kind of nods quickly.
Then puts him back like nothing happened, and like she saw something.
Okay. I like it. And then with that, we can montage you all to returning to the Rampant Roach. I think since we're going real over, we'll do like money and loot probably next. Well, did you guys have all the items that I doled out? Were you writing those down by chance, or do I need to do those?
Trying to.
Perhaps after.
I think we can compare notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be something we can do over Discord, and then
that might
maybe just confirm everything right before the start of the next game.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure, at least, especially that, the group gets paid and all the loot gets divvied out appropriately. And also, that will conclude Chapter 1 of Empire of the Ghouls. And before next time, we will be doing a level up to 3.
Ooh.
You guys definitely deserved it there. It was a heck of a back-to-back little dungeon battle. All right, I think
almost a bear solo the room.
The spirit there, and that popping that candle and running that bear up there was just devastating. A great use of it, but I like it. That's what those super powerful magic items are for. Is like you wait for that moment. All right, fun. That is where we're going to end our episode of Empire of the Ghouls. Thank you to Brandon, Dory, Corey, Christopher, and Stan for playing, and thank you to all the patrons for making these games possible. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons: Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, William, I'm Allowed, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplayer Roll, Christopher, Brian, William, David, Jam and Clams, Corey, Koa1337, Jacob, Eric, and Kyle. And gold patrons: RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcus, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Humanoid Size, Sphincters, Stephanie, Refus, and Carolyn. Thank you all very much for your support.